We just keep on fighting and we never look back. Here we go, 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 let us heal and grow. You won't be alone, we're unstoppable. Don't be afraid to show what we're going for. This is what we know. Here we come back to life, we're still breathing. Standing up, everybody's gonna see it. Oh, all you need to know is that we're holding on. Even if we fall, we will rise up and we follow the path that we believe in. No, we're not gonna stop until we reach it. Oh, all you need to know is that we're holding on. We rise up from the dust and claim our throne. We rise up from the dust and claim our throne. We rise up from the dust and claim our throne.
Under peach yellow skies, dreaming big and aiming high. Name the clouds passing by, wishing we run away. All we need is our passports, baby. Leave the rest in our troubled minds. Let us go down in laughter, baby. Trying to figure out what we're after. We're never heading back until we're older. We couldn't care no more, not any longer. Under peach yellow skies, we keep on searching, but we will never know what we're after. Book a plane, fly away. We will never be the same. And as long as you are mine, come on and run away. We wanna run away. We don't need any reasons, baby. Leave it all for the faded hearts. I don't mind if they call us crazy, 'cause they don't understand what we're after. We're never heading back until we're older. We couldn't care no more, not any longer. Under peach yellow skies, we keep on searching, but we will never know what we're after. We're no kids no more. I need to feel alive in this dreadful town. I'm running out of time, and as long as you're mine, I wanna run away. We're never heading back until we're older. We couldn't care no more, not any longer. Under peach yellow skies, we keep on searching, but we will never know what we're after.
got them watching from Paris to Poppy, yeah. With this music was lurking, now I'm attacking. Now with the chatting, I just step up and make it happen. It's a lifestyle. Living young and restless, yeah, we quite wild. If I want it, I'ma get it talking right now. And I ain't got no regrets, it's my time now. Lights out when you see us talking moves. You don't know that's the topic. And if you talking juice, well then you know I got it. Then you know I got it. Nobody got it like me. You know. They can try, but can't do it like Vinny. Yeah, no permission. I got it.
and I'll take it. Yeah, reminding myself to just let go. Don't wonder how far I can fall. Don't look down, never fade out. And I just wanna be someone and never fall behind again. Just keep on moving on. Never look down, never fade out. Never fade out. Oh, 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 oh. Don't look down, never fade out. And I just wanna be someone and never fall behind again. Just keep on moving on. Never look down, never fade out. Never fade out.
look into your eyes, I see the colors of your soul, and I recognize every single line, every single roadblock. We are two hearts that beat in time. In the towers, looking down all night, blocking out the sun that we need.
Das gute Gefühl, wenn du bereit bist. Schon bereit, immer noch bereit. Bereit. Bereit aufzustehen. Den Mut zusammenzunehmen und...
Fest daran zu glauben.
Weil heute ist dein Tag.
Mein erster Schultag.
Bereit, sich zu beweisen.
Ich kann das.
Bereit für den nächsten Schritt. Für neue Projekte. Und die Möglichkeiten der vernetzten Welt.
Darum reden wir mit unseren Kunden nicht einfach über Technik, sondern sagen ihnen, was sie davon haben.
Darum sind wir da oben.
Auch in einem Bergdörfli?
Mitten drinnen und auch da unten. Damit die Schweiz bereit ist. Damit Sie bereit sind. Bereit fürs Leben.
You love it, you wear it. What's your style? Get your merch at shop.eslgaming.com.
La sensation d'être prêt. Déjà prêt, toujours prêt. Prêt? Prêt à se lever, à prendre son courage à deux mains et...
Croire dur comme fer.
Aujourd'hui, c'est ton jour.
Mon premier jour d'école.
Prêt à relever le défi.
Ça, j'arrive.
Prêt pour la prochaine étape. Pour de nouveaux projets et pour les possibilités d'un monde connecté.
C'est pour ça qu'avec nos clients, on ne parle pas que de technique. On leur dit aussi ce qu'elle leur apporte.
Parce que nous sommes là-haut,
jusqu'aux villages les plus reculés,
à tous les niveaux et tout en bas, pour que la Suisse soit prête. Pour que vous soyez prêts. Prêts pour la vie.
Came from the darkest regions, wrapped in a cloak of light. Minus the focus heights, I'm trying to get my opens right. Throw my doubts aside, I climb the mountainside. And when I reach the peak, the view I see will not be fly. Feel the pressure, but it's relative to the man I measured. No time for hesitation, finally time to step up. And when you're feeling deep in your bones and it's on your fed up, you
Easy boy. Eh? You ready? Eh?
Start your esports career now at play.eslgaming.com.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the third match day of the Swisscom Heroleague. My name is Remo, and as every week, I'm joined by the beautifully looking Kairos. How are you?
Thank you, I'm very good. Lovely day. Good drive here to the studio. You joined me. That was nice.
That was cool.
And obviously, as always, glad to be back. And hello to everyone out there.
We're very looking forward to today's matches. First of all, we will have Flying Hirsch going up against Sparks Esports, and as soon as that one will be over, we will head into the match between Red Instinct and Kings CSGO. One of the big games today.
Ooh, big names, yes.
Yeah.
Definitely, absolutely one of the highlights. Following later on, certainly going to be Clash of Titans, I would say. That's probably a fair assessment, isn't it?
Probably, yeah.
Kings against Rins, looking back to last season, absolute monster performances coming out from both these teams, and definitely a staple for Gutsu, yes, every day of the week.
Exactly. And besides those two matches, obviously we have different matches going on off stream. So let's have a look at the schedule for today. As we said, Flying Hirsch versus Sparks Esports Switzerland, and then Red Instinct versus Kings. Off stream we have Jersey Boys versus Prefu, and again Flying Hirsch today with a double game going up against Jersey Boys. And yeah, looking at Flying Hirsch, this could be already a do or die day today, because they've lost the first two matches, and now they have to go up today in 2 games. If they were to lose those two as well, would it even be possible for them to qualify for the playoffs?
Oh, big questions being thrown at me. Not even totally sure. We'll have to check on that. But certainly it would be a horrendous start for them into this season, and certainly a comeback of massive proportions should they even attempt to bring it back.
Definitely, and with Sparks going up in a draw, and yesterday I think they have won their game, they're in a pretty good spot since they're the newcomers, one of the newcomers in this year's league, and already getting some points, doing good.
Yeah, certainly, absolutely looking to prove themselves here in the Swisscom Heroleague, starting strong, and hopefully they will keep on performing and show us that they're not here by chance, but definitely by merit, and they deserve the place here.
And before we look at the Sparks lineup, let's head over and have firstly a look at the Flying Hirsch lineup today, or actually first the standings. When the production said standings, I thought the standings of the teams, but obviously the standings, the table on top, as we already said, Red Instinct and Kings, very strong, 12 points, 2 wins out of 2, and just going strong. Closely followed by My Insanity, Fragbox, and as we said, Sparks. On the bottom of the table we do have Flying Hirsch, as we've mentioned already as well. So yeah, it kind of goes the way we actually thought it would, right?
Yeah, somewhat. Certainly not a big surprise to find Red Instinct and Kings leading the table here, especially looking at the round difference as well. It just shows that these guys know what they're doing.
Definitely, and obviously the one who will be winning this top match today will be in a very good spot to actually already qualify for the playoffs. So let's head straight into the game today. Sparks Esports versus Prefu. We already, I think, do have the map picks as well. So we just heard that Flying Hirsch is actually going to pick Vertigo. Can you believe it?
I can. I wonder though what their motivation is behind that. Do they strike you as a Vertigo team, or do
No,
you think it's
but
more a pick from the like trick section of the map picks?
I have no idea. I have no
make
idea. But
Sparks stumble a bit.
if we look at the lineups, I can maybe tell you why Flying Hirsch is actually picking that map, because
Fair enough.
their IGL Maboy is a tricky, cheeky little guy. So I think that might have something to do with it. Maybe they just practiced it. I'm not sure.
It could very well be. I do think I remember hearing from some of the players that they actually like to play. So absolutely could be one of their staples. I guess we'll find out in a little while here today. Obviously Sparks, certainly they will be tested on that map. Nothing
Definitely.
that they have probably too much experience on, considering as well that they are a relatively new team to these leagues and this level of opponents. But I'm certainly looking forward to it. It's always good to see Vertigo.
Definitely. And besides Maboy, here we have the lineup of Flying Hirsch with Nitz, Slapdix, Mori, and Dark. Obviously, Mori. He's probably the oldest player in the whole league. Probably everyone knows him by now. And with Nitz and Slapdix, they've been playing together since quite a long time now. And coming in as the 5th player is Dark. And I gotta be honest with you, I think I have never seen him play CSGO in any tournaments. I'm not sure. Maybe I have, but he just didn't like show up that big, so I could remember.
I couldn't really put my finger on it, but I've seen him around. He's played different leagues and tourneys and LANs as well, so he's not that new to the Swiss scene.
All right, so we will see what he can do. Let's head over to the Sparks Esports Switzerland lineup, where we see Anna, Sherby, Magix, Doody, and Archon. Once again, no standings going in here. The same lineup we've seen last week, and we've discussed a bit the way they played last week. It looked, on the other hand, they were pretty decent on the CT side, but when it came to the T side, they looked completely lost on Dust 2, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, they were struggling a bit, certainly. But then again, you have to give it to them. It's simpler if you start out playing in a team to first focus on the CT side and whatnot, because the T side comes with so many different challenges and a lot of mid-round calls, and I would say the synergy plays a much bigger role on the T side. So give them some time and see how they develop over the coming weeks. And I'm pretty sure Sparks will be one of the teams that will not disappoint.
Yeah, definitely need to have a look out for them. As we said, they're currently in the middle of the table, so as newcomers, this is always a good result, obviously. And
yeah, you'd be happy there.
Yeah, definitely. And now we also have the maps again. As we said, the first pick will be Vertigo from Flying Hirsch, and the second one will be kind of a classic, Mirage, coming in from Sparks Esports. So on the other hand, we have a map that we haven't seen that much yet. On the other hand, we have a map that feels like home.
Almost a little bit too familiar, some would say. Mirage is certainly a very often played map. I guess that's putting it nicely. There was a time where it was called the second Dust 2. It has become like the go-to map for so many teams. It has been almost overwhelming, I'd say, about a year, 1.5 years ago. It has dropped off, it has calmed down a little bit, but that doesn't necessarily mean something good, because that just shows you that every single team knows how to play it, and things are getting thrown away like we've seen everything that the map has to offer. And everyone knows how to play it.
Except for the window smoke that changed like 20 times.
Yeah, but every one of these players should know how to throw a window smoke.
That is true, though. But it changed. Like, there have been variants, like 20 different variants over the past 2 years.
That's true.
And I think they finally set on a default method to throw it, which just kind of shows how overused and over-engineered, so to say, the map already is.
Yeah, we're getting there at least. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's probably one of the maps as well that's up for some change. Fairly soon.
I'd love it. Yeah.
Many people would say. I'd certainly would be down for it. I think it only good things can come from it, to be honest. And the last couple of changes that we've seen were simply not really all that impactful.
No.
For example, the bench in middle. I mean,
Yeah.
it's just not.
Well, it adds a
Doesn't change
different
too much.
flavor to it, but that's like.
Yeah, but it's not game breaking.
If you've eaten the same meal for 10 times, just a little bit more salt just doesn't really change anything, right?
Yeah, it doesn't spice it up.
Yeah,
no.
that is
Certainly
true.
not.
So get your sriracha out. We need something new instead of Mirage. Bring Cobble back.
It's a tricky topic.
You don't like it? It was the best map by far.
Oh,
God.
this is going to be a rough one. No, in all honesty, I'm not a huge fan of Cobble. Never was. Most likely never will be. First of all, I thought it was very one-dimensional. It was one big line, and the whole team's kind of in a standstill for most of the map until you push either A or B. And as a spectator, there was just not much movement going on.
But that's kind of the same on every map, right?
No, it's not.
It kind of is.
No, it's not. Don't listen to it. Absolutely not.
You
have so many incredibly dynamic maps in the map pool right now. You got maps like Vertigo, for example, coming up.
You're saying me Cobble isn't dynamic, but you think Mirage is dynamic.
I wasn't talking about Mirage.
Dust 2.
Yeah, I think Dust 2 is actually a very dynamic map. A lot of movement, lot of possibilities. You can choke your opponent out way better on Dust 2 than on Cobble. That's my opinion.
No, there's so much stuff you can do on Cobble. You can fake steps, you can do fake smoke since the skybox is open. There's so much stuff to do.
Aren't the skyboxes open on Dust now as well?
Now, yeah.
Yeah, you see.
Yeah, but it just doesn't make it any more dynamic.
I think it does. I think a big part of the dynamicness is actually a word.
I'm not sure.
Putting myself on the spot here. That's unfortunate. I think much is simply the times to rotate and the opportunities that you have in moving around the map in your given confined space of time. Really, almost 2 minutes. Really, to rotate back from B long on Cobble towards A, or
Connector.
God forbid A long.
Connector.
It'll take you ages.
Connector.
Yeah, but Connector is not that fast, and if you go to Connector walking, well, the round's basically over when you get there.
Alright, let's just settle in with we're not here with the same opinion then.
Apparently, yes.
We're about to start our game. Before we head into the match, remember, use the hashtag ESLSwiss to actually be here with us in the studio. You will appear right beneath us, and we will be able to read your message out loud. So we started a challenge who has the best Twitter username, so also keep that in mind. And here we go. We are actually live with the first game of today, Flying Hirsch versus Sparks Esports. Let the knives commence. As we actually see the flyover right now, and as far as I can see on the other screen, the knife round is already over.
Spoiler alert, Flying Hirsch won.
Ooh, they came flying.
Yeah. They flew gracefully to a successful knife round.
And meanwhile, we can see the beautiful, kind of newly designed map of Vertigo. And I think we finally reached a stage where it's very competitive and very, very much fun to actually play the game. So here we go. We see Flying Hirsch on the CT side. Sparks Esports will start on the T side. Not that much utility for Sparks. A smoke, 2 flashes, and that's really it. As they kind of start to move around towards middle. I think Nitz spotted the first player there. Yes, he did. 2 players here actually now defending middle, and here the first kills come in. 1-for-1 trade as Dark moves back just a little bit. He gets support from his teammates, and let's see if Sparks Esports actually do want to commit through that middle push.
I love how Flying Hirsch actually keeps their ground. It does not really cluster too soon. As I say that, they will get cleaned in middle, and well, what you don't want to give up is taken from you. And Sparks Esports, after having been stopped momentarily by Flying Hirsch, they, well, basically just steamroll through them onto the B bomb site. Bomb obviously planted, Slapdicks, well, presenting his head, I would say, to end this round.
Kind of like it. Anna with a 4K there, beautiful play by him. And obviously a lot of money now on his side. I'd love if he would go for an AK as well, actually. On the other hand, Flying Hirsch, they knew Sparks would come through the middle, but just didn't really hit their shots. So here we go, eco round for them now.
Classic old A-ramp push, trying to get some information. Is Nitz hiding close by to the smokes, listening for footsteps? Duty obviously not giving up any information whatsoever. Just waiting, trying to get an easy first frag, checking the corner. Slapdicks tries to bait for his teammates. Finally Nitz shows himself and instantly gets taken down.
Slapdicks now low as well. That nade doesn't really hit him. Still though, good presence on A. Meanwhile his teammates trying to get some control towards middle again. Do find themselves a kill, and Maboy all alone on the B bomb side, and he will be greeted with 4 Ts momentarily. There we go. Just Dark left with his P2000, and probably not that much he can actually do.
Looks like a little to his feet.
Doesn't matter.
Unfortunately, there's a Dark as well.
Yeah.
And a Dark with an AK coming from the side is usually gonna put you out of the map. 2 solid rounds here for Sparks. I like their approach. I like how they are taking their time, taking things slowly to begin with, and just trying to feel out what Flying Hirsch is bringing to the table today.
First spy round now for Flying Hirsch. Let's see. Looks like a fast A push is coming in. Magix is so fast up that ramp. Doesn't get the first kill, but his teammates do. And with that, we're already in a 4 versus 3. That A side looks to be on control for Sparks as Mori creeps his way through the smokes. And Shuppy just casually nades away his teammate.
That is such terrible timing, especially with Mori still hiding in the back lines. But now it's all up to him, and Shuppy will get the better of him. That was way too close for comfort though for Sparks Esports. For just for a moment, it almost looked as if things were starting to fall apart. That teammate certainly didn't help.
Yeah.
But they will pull through, they'll make it.
So, yeah, looks like we already have the first pause of the match. We do have a disconnect of a player. What do the first 3 rounds say us?
Well, the first 3 rounds told us that Sparks Esports won the pistol, and not all that much more. Now, I'm joking, of course. Sparks Esports, in all honesty, I loved the pistol round. I like some mid-aggression in the pistol round. They traded 1 for 1, fell back, decided to keep holding middle and not aggress any further. At the point, that was probably the right call. Obviously, if you can't hold it afterwards, it's going to be tough, and the incredibly fast split onto the B-bomb side was, in the end, what paid out for Sparks, and they converted the following 2 rounds and are off to a very comfortable start here.
Most definitely. And on the other hand, we had a very, very close gun round in the last round, so not all too bad for Flying Hirsch. Taking away a little bit of money and now going into another eco. Maybe with something special. Maboy does have a smoke, so let's see what he's doing with that one. And again, Sparks very, very slow actually. And I like it.
Yeah, I do get the feeling that if they are up against ecos, or maybe even just buys they're not entirely sure about, they do tend to take their time and basically present their opponents with the opportunity to actually make a move. And should you obviously go for that, can be disastrous, because they will be Radiant waiting, sitting around corners for any kind of aggression. As I say that, Nitz will take duty out of the game. That was a nice Deagle 1-click.
And obviously we do not have any coaches in game, so no information about the money status of your opponents. And now the A push comes in, Mori gets the first kill, and with that they're actually in an advantage. So let's see if they somehow can convert it. Nitz is still on the B bomb side, and looks like this waiting game kind of just works out right now for Sparks.
Yeah, they certainly need to regroup. They were just now still very split all across the map. And obviously, at some point, you need to get on a page together and execute. And with only 15 seconds left, it might very well be Nitz to actually throw a spanner in the works of Sparks Esports. Not being able to do so, though, will almost guarantee Sparks Esports round number 4 here. Mori last man standing yet again. And Shubi waiting at the top of the stairs. Clean execute towards the end of the round there. Certainly made it work in the end, but especially that two-man stack there on A ramp was actually almost a game changer for Flying here. So neatly done, nice try for sure.
Yeah, I love the fact they just moved back after they've taken the first kill, so to speak, and went on to the other side. And there with a beautiful Molotov they were able to take out Nitz, and finally Anna coming in as the lurker, taking out 2 players, and with it taking the bomb side. And Stark was closely there to Dudi, was about to take him out on the other hand.
A little bit too ambitious for his own good is Dark. Actually creeping just a little bit too far into the smoke. And without an accompanying flashbang, you're not going to make it out of there alive as long as someone's close by from the enemy. In this case, obviously Duty was set and ready. And it's equalizing the manpower, taking out Shobi. And the trades coming in from both sides.
Ooh, no one towards the B bomb side right now. They both moved, and
Mori is still sitting in here.
Yeah, but they just moved on over to it, and I think, yeah, Magix just deletes him insane. Has just slapticks left. Might even go for a save.
Yeah, you certainly should try whatever you can to bring that orb into the next round. It's going to be a rough one anyway. And especially in the late round, Sparks Esports hasn't really given Flying Hirsch too many opportunities to close out anything.
Yeah, we saw Flying Hirsch being kind of cool during the first like few 40-50 seconds, and then as soon as Sparks Esports decides on a spot, it just looks like everything's falling apart and nothing's really working out so far. And they definitely need to work that out as soon as possible, because already 5 rounds for Sparks Esports on the T side, so this can be a very, very hard battle in the end.
Yeah, that was quite unfortunate, Dark. I feel like wanted to get into the position that Duty was already sitting in, right next to that A ramp corner. Yes, it certainly shows 5 rounds consecutive for Sparks Esports. Left them also with a very strong economical advantage, of course. They did buy up behind that AWP on the Flying Hirsch side, but Archon once again with good entry, but the trades are coming in. Nitz and Marboy making it work somehow. Oh, Slapdicks with a big whiff. No, wait, never mind. He actually did get him. Yeah. Okay, that was just a slightly delayed for me. My bad.
Now that the orb, that saved orb, might be very, very useful if Anna doesn't just delete both of those. He gets 1v1 now. He knows where Slapdicks is with that shot, and wonder if he's just going for the plant and then see if he can somehow convert that into a win.
Yeah, Anna certainly wanting to make that AWP move, try to get away as many.
Ooh. Did he just get
as many
the ultra perfect timing? Yes, he did. Oh my god.
It certainly looks like it. And quite frankly, by the time Slapdicks actually makes it to this bomb, he will be under pressure. Time is running down. The Molotov coming in as well, followed by the flashbang.
Ooh, but
And what a
Slapdicks gets
shot! Could be too little too late though.
Yeah.
He will burn in the flames. The Molotov indeed saves Sparks Esports round number 6. And such a valuable effort here from Slapdicks with the AWP. Of course, it was unfortunate he left his teammate hanging there just a little bit in the 2v1. That was probably not going as planned, but so close, but still no cigar. Flying here still sitting on a big fat 0. And once again, early ramp aggression here towards A. Certainly do show some force here early on in the rounds here. Time again, Duty this time will find his master in Slapdicks with the Thomason on the least of all. Right on top of the smoke. Connects to the head first. And maybe chest, maybe. Flying Hirsch will manage to bring it to a first round win with that man advantage.
The gun rounds have so far looked kind of close, so who knows, maybe that is just a tipping point that actually directs the round into the way of Flying Hirsch. Mori, I think he has spotted the 1 player. There are actually 3 players for Flying Hirsch now on the A side. And Magix. Oh, Archon gets the first kill, and that might open up the bomb site. They do get a second one, but Magix just kills Chubby. And now they should be aware of the 3rd player as well. Getting tagged through the wall. Ooh, close one there by Magix once again.
Dishing out good damage down. So keeping it competitive, but as I say that, it will be indeed a round win for Flying Hirsch.
Yeah, and we have another pulse. It looks like 1 player disconnected again. That's why I was wondering, because suddenly there were only 4 people left on the server.
Yes.
But 1 round for Flying Hirsch, finally. Does that somehow help them now? Maybe
well,
it
helps
maybe it's just like
with the fact they do have a round.
Yeah, obviously, but looking forward, is that something they can maybe work on and just get back into the game, or get into the game at all?
Know, they say beginning of everything is pretty tough, and winning your first round obviously gets you finally rolling to some degree. I have to say though, it was the 2nd time now that we have seen team kills coming through from Sparks Esports, and let's just say if that entry into the bomb site goes cleanly, it's yet again another very, very tricky and difficult situation for Flying Hirsch to deal with. So might have been a bit of a gift from Sparks Esports over to Flying Hirsch. It didn't necessarily look as if they started to adapt and actually make some progression. It was just getting lucky slightly.
Yeah.
And obviously, dropping a man from the server doesn't necessarily help all that much as well. But nonetheless, it takes a burden off you playing with that 0 to your name. It's always a little bit a rough one.
And we're about to continue the game. The 5th player has reconnected. It was Anna. And on the other hand, we do see quite a low money amount on both teams, actually. So another round coming in where the win will potentially not only decide that round, but also the next round. So important one. Imagine Sparks Esports winning it, going up maybe 8-1 on the T side.
Yeah, it could be a rough one. Flying
that
info.
could end up in a very harsh game, or map at least.
And still Mori sitting on that Famas, you know, and he's not even the only one. Slapdicks apparently as well, not with an M4 in hand. So they will be still slightly underpowered on the Flying Hirsch side. Wonder whether they will keep up their early round aggression towards A. And of course, I'm interested in seeing whether or not Sparks Esports at some point again decides to switch it around and go into a straight execute.
Did Anna forget to buy a weapon? Ooh, looks like it, if I'm not mistaken.
That'd be rough. I hope it's a bug, but I don't think
look
it
like
is.
it. I think he just realized.
Oh, that's terrible.
Yeah. Ooh,
yeah, you're way too late now.
That won't work out, so just maybe wait until one of your teammates dies. Looks like an A push is coming in, and I do kind of like this decision. The A side has been very close so far. Slapdicks gets seen. 4 players now pushing up. Archon they need to somehow get the first kill and open up the bomb site. Looks like a smoke is coming in towards the side. Sherpy's already all around it, and it looks like Flying Hirsch is just going for a full retake.
Yeah, and see how far the CTs are actually being pushed back with all that utility being thrown their way. And once again, what in the world is happening to Sparks Esports right now? These guys are all over the place. Slapdicks just waiting for the bomb planter to raise his head. Archon, good awareness there to catch the rotate coming from behind them.
Oh, but he was all alone, no chance for him as 3 players were facing him, and yeah, once again, the team kill might just be the turning point. That's the 3rd, right?
You know, a team kill is funny at the best of times. If it happens to you consistently, it is going to be an issue at some point. And I don't want to be too negative about this, but quite frankly, if you gift man advantages to your enemies like that, well,
it won't just work out.
You will be digging your own grave at some point. Magic's early move up here, close to the sidewalk here on the A side. Slapdicks has been poking around here lately quite often. Not this time though.
Yeah, it looks like Dark is already trying to rotate as Anna gets the first kill on Maboy towards the B-bomb side. Nitz gets one in middle. Mori cleaning up the B-bomb side again. So good round for Flying Hirsch so far. Able to kind of clean up both bomb sites as Magic is now approaching the A-bomb sites. Sneaky play by him. 3 players on the B-bomb side.
Yeah, the 2 T's still quite significantly split apart. Magic's trying to secure as much room as he can here for his teammate to come in. Dark though, perfect position.
But Duty gets the plan, and with it a little bit of money at least, and what a headshot by him.
Oh
Another
God.
1v2 now, and this is actually suddenly doable as he's looking for 2 1v1s. He gets one, and here's the kill against Nitz, and now it's just a 1v1. Mori faked the defuse, and Duty smart enough to not face. Once again, the defuse has been faked, and Duty gets the clutch. Wow, a 1v4 with just the Deagle and the Dream.
What an end to a round. Oh. Insane one-clicks with the Deagle, and obviously keeping his composure late round. Not going for that fake defuse, just calm as could be, walking around. Perfect crosshair placement, absolutely no chance for the CT.
There's a timer coming in for Sparks Esports.
Yes.
Maybe he's just clipping that 4K and uploading it to YouTube already.
It certainly should be. But I do believe this timeout was called before he won the round.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure it was called because things got a bit hairy here in the last couple of rounds. Sure, he brought it back, but you couldn't necessarily count on that. And now maybe they actually kind of would decide otherwise against the timeout, because obviously you give Flying Hirsch some time as well. But then again, timeouts are very short. And as they are, we are already back in the game. Sparks Esports finally a little bit of luck maybe as well coming their way.
Yeah, now their money situation is very bad. We see a Scout, a Deagle and an MP on Maboy. And with it, we see once again Sparks Esports, as they always do against the Nico, very, very defensive, just waiting for any players to push, for any mistakes of Flying Hirsch.
I love that position for Maboy, and it certainly will pay off. Good first frag, second one found by Nitz as well. That's the 2 players towards the B-bomb side cleaned up.
Yeah, Magix now needs to somehow gather control on middle. He needs that kill on Nitz Otherwise, it's going to be very hard to actually do something in this round, except obviously for the fact Duty is going ham again. Duty gets the first one against Nits, and that's an opening now for Sparks Esports.
Yeah, that definitely gives them quite a bit of more room to maneuver through. Anna makes it one more. Deletes Marboy. Darktoe. Nice click with the Deagle yet again. And do keep in mind, it was a bit of a force buy here from Flying Hirsch. We have scouts and pistols. And still they are one man up. In the end, it will be Slaptics. All he needs is a USP. Good comeback there from Flying Hirsch. Bit of a scrambly buy, but somehow they make it work. Sparks Esports a little bit too late and not quite as effective as they were in the earlier couple of rounds. And Flying Hirsch starting to find a little bit more in their groove, I would say.
Yeah, 3 rounds now. Going up against Nico again. So this round really is a must-have. And again, they're kind of pushing towards A ramp, and I like it. Just don't keep it clear for your opponents. Let them guess. And it works out. They do get the first kill.
Yeah, they definitely signal Sparks Esports that they will have to fight for A ramp. Especially if they want to occupy it early on. Good frag from Nitz, nicely done. Instantly be taken out by Archon though, and Marboy now facing 3. Has issues connecting on the first one. Second one is faster to fall, but Duty flying around the corner almost bails out his teammate.
Yeah, and with 2 players already rotated to the B-bomb side, it's not possible for Archon to actually do something about it, even though he did get a very nice kill there. And a planted bomb, I think, so it's at least something for Flying here, for Sparks Esports obviously to work with. A little bit of money.
Yeah, for sure. It's not looking terrible. It's alright. Flying Hirsch with the timeout this time around. I like that. Try to compose yourself and decide on how to approach the next couple of rounds. Certainly not a bad idea ever.
Well, it's kind of an interesting point to take a timeout, right? They came back a little bit. They kind of grew a little bit in Vertigo right now. Finally get a glimpse of how they can work it out against Sparks, and now they take the timeout, maybe go through 1 or 2 more steps again, and let's see if they have something to actually present. On the other hand, we have Sparks Esports. Now with just a very fast round, but Dark is here, gets a 2K together with Slapdicks. They just absolutely crumble that push from Sparks Esports.
This is so lovely to see. Flying Hirsch, they were showing dominance and showing force of numbers towards A ramp over a quite extended period of time now. And finally Sparks Esports actually decides to test them. And the hold was simply brilliant. Absolutely no chance of getting through there for Sparks Esports. Flying Hirsch certainly knowing what they do over there towards the A-bomb side.
And I love the way Flying Hirsch have now just adapted to the game and finally netting some rounds. As we see Sparks Esports with another eco round and potentially another round for Flying Hirsch if Duty decides to stay calm this round.
Shouldn't be too much danger they're in. Then again, usually it's the rounds where I say that. For everything to go absolutely haywire.
Yeah, watch Archon just getting an ace with the Glock.
No, it'll be Shubi, because everyone knows that the CZ75 is the best pistol in the game.
I'll just leave you with that. I'll let the Twitch chat roast you actually. Duty gets the first kill.
Yeah, go for it. You'll know I'm right.
And there we go. The CC is out.
It was unlucky.
Probably. Marboy is very low. Gets a second kill towards Archon. Dark now trying to regain control of mid. Actually spots 2 Deagles, I think, here.
Oh, that
gets both!
What?
Actually, what a spray control there by him. And Nitz gets the last one. And that spray control was absolutely insane. That was some simple level style there.
That's one that feels really good. Pulling that one off. So quick.
Lovely. And with that flying here, just one round behind now. So they're coming back. Beautiful smoke coming in.
Classic early ramp smoke. Absolute staple for Flying Hirsch, and they know exactly why they throw it. Once again, Sparks Esport not contesting over towards A too much. It also is really difficult to actually take space towards ramp, especially if the CTs, of course, decide to chug down a couple of $1,000 worth of utility every round. Right at the beginning, Nitz, good first frags, finds Anna as well as Sherby, before finally being traded by Archon.
And my boy gets the kill on Magix on the B-bomb side. Flying Hirsch now very aggressive. They're already on the B-bomb side. They're already rotated, and Slapticks now coming in as well. And he gets the kill on Tuduri. That was a very important one. It's just Archon left now, and if Flying Hirsch is somehow playing this in a teamly manner, I don't think he has anything to say here. Let's see. Might actually just go for a save as well.
Or just run up towards the A-bomb side and at least get a plant. Could be an idea. After all the CTs are congregating over towards the B-bomb side right now. I'm not entirely sure why they would do that. But then again, just sticking together, making sure you don't give up the round for free, basically.
Well, with only 2 rounds left, you don't really care about the economic state of your opponents, right? So let them plant, just go for a retake as free, and nothing really should happen if Archon doesn't go absolutely crazy.
Of course, it leaves him with a bit of time to find a suitable after-plan position, especially with hearing them so early on.
He needs to find 3 1v1s though. Oh my god, this is beautiful. He gets one, doesn't get the second though. Dark is ready. And we're even again, 7-7. That could have gone horribly wrong, actually.
That was spicy for a second, unfortunately. CT's smart enough not to instantly commit to the defuse. Had they done that, could have been a different story. But we are, as a matter of fact, equalised on 7-7. Flying Hirsch neatly coming back from what was a pretty disastrous beginning, in all fairness.
Let's face it, it was pretty disastrous. But it looks like they have found a recipe to actually work against it.
Oh, Slaptic's already taking a ton of damage this time around. Duty. Thinking it doesn't need to see an enemy to shoot one. And he's up to something there. At least keeping the CTs honest.
And everyone else just seems to kind of control the map for now.
My boy is certainly about to play for time. Just making sure to get his team a chance to rotate in, should they indeed execute towards B. So incredibly important, of course, for every man holding a site, quite often by his own. First priority always needs to be survival.
Is that a one-way smoke? Or what's that one?
Not entirely sure.
Oh, beautiful Molotov coming in. My boy getting burned just a little bit. And now the push comes in. Archon leads the way as the Molotovs, smokes, and obviously flashers are coming in. There goes the first few kills. Nitz actually gets 2. And his teammates seem to just be a little bit too late. Enough time for Mori to rotate over. And net himself 2 kills as well, and a third one. And with that, we have Flying Hirsch now taking over the lead. Just 1 round before we actually switch to the other side.
Yeah, that's cool to see. Sparks Esports just a little bit too slow in their approach this time around. I felt like with a push instantly, as soon as that molly hit the back left corner, it actually did put one of the CTs out in a somewhat awkward, aggressive position out towards the left side. But they just couldn't really hit the timing perfectly, and it all went south from there.
And we also have a news from Jersey Boys versus Prifu. They won the first match with 16-6, so decent result there. And Prifu obviously coming up as well, one of the newcomers. Hard game probably for them.
Yeah, a bit of a rough one. I'm not entirely sure. Prifu is not one of the teams that plays.
We did cast them last week.
Yeah, but today they're only playing one. One game, right?
Yeah,
okay.
I think they played one yesterday. I'm not entirely sure though.
Right. Well, anyway, yes, indeed, we actually did catch them on one of the maps. And yeah, 16-6. That's one that's going to be a stinger.
Yeah, it really is. But obviously, maybe it wasn't their map pick, so who knows? Maybe they can somehow turn it around, make a draw out of it, and while they're trying to get the draw, we will continue to see if Sparks Esports can actually continue their so far successful run in the Hero League. As we have the pistol round coming in, Mori with one smoke and the flash, and it looks like it is going to be the A-bomb side. Shots traded off. Mori is very low. Didn't actually do any point of damage. Finally, Archon takes some casualties. As shots are being fired left and right, and finally the first kill for Archon.
Yeah, Mori making more sound than anything else there. Certainly not damage. But time certainly is in their favor as of right now. Hish with good frags at least in the afterplan position, and Shubi
needs to find the kill very fast, and he does good so.
Frag.
No kit needed. There goes the defuse, and another good round and good start, especially for Sparks. That was kind of funny. Watching everyone shoot. Oh!
I was about to say, that is awfully close.
Ooh. Did no one have a kit?
I don't think so. And that, of course, is one of the trickier parts of actually holding the A-bomb side. To get a bomb down is fairly doable, especially in a pistol round, if you have the accompanying smokes, molotovs, and nades in general. So, yeah, playing Hirsch. Good afterplan position, obviously well played. They do net themselves a couple of kills there, and in the end, it's a bomb timer that takes the rest for them. Quick cleanup in middle from Nitz with the Mag 10. Magic's chiming in with one as well over towards B, but once again, too many players to actually do a lot of damage, and Shubi a little bit lost. He wanders the underground of Vertigo. Decides to not aggress any further, just sit still. Keep your armor, keep your PT50. Who knows? Maybe it'll help you in the next round.
If he doesn't just get pushed to death. Mawboy obviously looking to gather some money. Dark as well with those Mac 10s. But it does look like he will actually survive this round. And yeah, playing Hirsch. Oh, actually not Mori. Gets the stakes. And that's third one by Nitz. Was very lucky actually. Boop. And there goes Anna.
Yeah, the Mag 10s are fun.
Yeah, they are.
If you're up against Nico around Mag 10,
beautiful.
It's
just run and gun, and
it's just a field day.
Yeah.
Well, finally, of course, Sparks with a bit of equipment going into round number 18. They have good themselves and are fielding 5 M4s.
And once again, it looks like the A push is about to come in. And one big difference we actually see is Sparks Esports played this way more, plays this way more defensive than Flying here.
Definitely so. Still Magix will be the first one to find the frag, is my boy, who's on the receiving end of those couple of bullets. And still Flying Hirsch Pressuring the B bomb side. Duty spots one head. Should be aware that there's another one around the corner. And plays his position brilliantly. Juking all around the bomb site. Slapdicks though, nothing gonna stop him entering that bomb site. Bomb yet to be planted. Mori with the Mag 10 on range. Almost finds two. Finally, Shobi, savior of his teammate.
When Nitz actually clutches it in a 1v2, and I was very low there, but somehow Sparks seemed like they kind of had control of that B-bomb side, and then suddenly Nitz just came in with a double kill.
Yeah, good clean out. Shobi there. He was certainly the more dangerous of the two remaining players with almost full HP. And to the B-bomb side we go yet again. Full steam ahead. No time lost, and Sparks Esports, well, I hate to say it, but they are sitting yet again very far back in the side.
It doesn't look like there's that much to do actually for Sparks. As I say that, Archon gets the kill onto Mori.
Even finding a second one before going down, so that might still give the remainder of his team a chance.
Shobi is such an important position right now. He gets the first one, and with that puts a lot of pressure on towards the T's. Actually, Magix gets one as well. It's just Slapdicks left, and he gets one but doesn't get Magix, and I think that's the defuse. There should be enough time for him.
This time, certainly. Absolutely no problem whatsoever, and that is a very cool move there by Shobi, actually finding one of the three terrorists and occupying basically another one until the round is won for his team. Neatly done. And Sparks Esports back to the winning side of things. Well, obviously not on the scoreboard. They're still trailing Flying Hirsch by
but it's just
three rounds.
Those
it's
three rounds
not
are
too
gone
much, not too much.
In a blink of an eye, so Flying Hirsch needs to be careful.
It's, by the way, with an absolute monster performance right now here on Vertigo.
Yep.
Sitting already on 24 frags. Far and away the top fragger on the server. As he adds another one to his tally.
Very important entry there. Doesn't find a second one, but certainly has made Sparks Esports aware of their presence on the B-bomb side.
I like the heavy utility coming through with every push that Flying Hirsch is going for. Makes it an absolute minefield for the CTs to keep their ground, stand their ground and fight. Better off to fall back quite often, but obviously you do concede the bomb side and the bomb plant in many of these situations, so it is a tricky trade-off. As of right now, we are finding ourselves a bit in a stalemate. Terrorists pushed far up towards the A-bomb site. Just waiting to drop the hammer. My boy, finally, he creeps in. Looking for the...
What a timing.
What an incredibly unfortunate time to draw your smoke grenade. Obviously no chance whatsoever to contest.
Slapdicks gets one back. It's a 3v3. The bomb looks like it's going down, and with that, Flying Hirsch puts the pressure onto the CTs. And they have two smokes left, actually, so a little bit of utility, but Dark has a beautiful position just behind those boxes. Let's see what he can do. Ooh, he doesn't get the kill. Shobi gets one, doesn't get the second though, and now it's just Slapdicks left. He gets one. He's aware of the second player's position and just plays it slow and actually gets the kill, and with it the clutch. Flying Hirsch on 12 rounds. Ooh, that was close.
Certainly very nicely done by Slapdicks, but Dark is going to be kicking himself. He definitely should have gotten at least one from that position. More haphazardly, his corner is actually checked, and even with the AWP not equipped, he'll still fall to it.
And we see another Ecoron coming in. Shuppy actually bought an AWP, so looks like he wants to be the hero this round.
And if that's his goal, he needs to keep moving around, try to check as many angles and peek as many angles as you can before Flying Hirsch actually decides to execute and you're in the wrong position. But Duty apparently is alright. That's himself one with the deagle, but that might not quite be enough. Magix, can he repeat what his teammate did? No, he can't. We're full to my boy. A little bit of help from Dark there as well. Sherby finally creeps in, but quite honestly, that is maybe not even worth going for.
Most definitely not. He does get one kill, but that should be it. Moving back towards the A-bomb side, trying to save that weapon, and Flying Hirsch getting closer and closer to actually winning their map pick after a quite horrible start, actually.
Yeah, they are looking much better on the T side though. Very sure of themselves. They know exactly what they want to do, what their game plan is, and they do move with a purpose. And that purpose is obviously to win their map pick. And by now, it's pretty much safe to say that they are very well prepared on Vertigo indeed. So
yeah,
it might very well be one of their standard map picks.
Might be possible. I kind of just like the fact how they adapted on the CT side after losing 6 or 7 rounds, and then just came in back and just did really well. And now on the T side, looks like they do have a game plan. I like the fact they're doing, a lot of times they're doing pressure on both sides, using their utility well, and just kind of decide on the right side each and every time as Sherby gets the entry against Slapdicks with his AWP. And we also see an AWP coming in for Duty. When Dark gets the AWP of Sherby, my boy nearly finds a second one. Duty has picked up the AWP from Sherby. And once again, Sparks very defensive on the A-bomb side.
It looks like we have some movement back towards B for this one. Magic's about to get tested here, sitting far back in the site. Obviously a very good position to stay alive and still put a bit of pressure towards the T's. Actually wanting to try to enter the site and clear it.
Oh, my boy gets the kill into Anna.
Very good pick, and that's going to be mid-open, so they need to consider another one coming through mid at some point, but with the bomb being planted, Archon has different things on his mind, sees one behind the smoke, can't quite connect.
What he does with this one, gets Dark through the smoke, and now it's just Nitz and Marboy with 1 HP left. Marboy now trying a cheeky play with that smoke, and it looks like it could work out. Yes, it does. He gets one. And Nitz gets the second one, and with it, yet another round for Flying Hirsch, and they look absolutely fantastic on the T side.
Yeah, it's a thing of beauty, really, how calm and collected they are playing these after plant positions. It looks very much that they are pretty much on the same page and know exactly what the game plan is at every given moment. As we already go into round number 23 with Mori. Early first 2 frags here for Flying Hirsch yet again. Obviously going aggressive in middle can do that to you. Archon not going to connect with his eagle this time round. As Mori just powers on through. And Magic's last man standing. So far away from any action whatsoever.
I guess we can safely say this will be 7 actually map points coming in for Flying Hirsch, and I think they won every single round on the T side, right?
This could very well be.
They did win the pistol round because the bomb exploded, and from there on they just went all.
No, they have lost 1 single round, haven't they?
Not sure.
I think they went into the second half being one round up.
Yes, yes.
8 to
you're
7.
right, yeah.
So Sparks at some point.
Ooh.
Okay, Murray.
Little bit of a luck knife, as we call those, towards Nitz.
You're a handicap.
Well, he kind of needs it, right? With 29
Yeah,
kills
probably.
already. Won't get the 30 if his teammates now decide to win that round.
And still Flying Hirsch not looking as if they are facing too much opposition here, at least not until they have the bomb site under their control. Magic's the only one keeping an eye on it, albeit with a very far-looking eye through a scope. Not going to see much through that smoke though.
Yeah, there the smoke's coming. Magic sees absolutely nothing, and due to the fact Sparks Esports is so defensive on the A-bomb side, it looks like it's just gonna be a retake situation. However, Anna finds Mori lurking in from behind.
Yeah, I'm sure Mori felt like he was going to be the deciding factor in this time, in this round. Unfortunately, not quite going to be the case. Dark. Seeing one player drop from that pesky little sneaky spot. Slaptics though with two very nice frags before Dark finally closes it out for Flying Hirsch. And in the end, after a somewhat rocky start, they find into the game, and in what a fashion. Absolutely steamrolling Sparks Esports.
Yeah, definitely. Not giving them any chance. As soon as they picked up their AKs, it just looked like they were.
Yeah.
They had the upper hand. They had the better shots, the better strategies, and
yeah, on the T side, pretty much unstoppable.
Yeah, pretty much.
Or at least for Sparks Esports, that is. However, it was their map pick.
Yep.
Well deserved map pick. They certainly knew what they were doing, and they weren't joking around. As soon as they had a bit of a wake-up call early on from Sparks, of course. But we will head into Mirage coming up next.
Yep. And before we go into Mirage, we will actually do a very short break.
Yes.
So just grab a glass of water, go on Twitter, use the hashtag ESLSwiss, and we will be right back. So see you in about 3 minutes.
Das gute Gefühl, wenn du bereit bist. Schon bereit, immer noch bereit. Bereit. Bereit aufzustehen. Der Mut zusammenzunehmen und...
Fest daran zu glauben.
Weil heute ist dein Tag.
Mein erster Schultag.
Bereit, sich zu beweisen.
Ich kann das.
Bereit für den nächsten Schritt. Für neue Projekte. Und die Möglichkeiten von der vernetzten Welt.
Darum reden wir mit unseren Kunden nicht einfach über Technik, sondern sagen ihnen, was sie davon haben.
Darum sind wir da oben.
Auch in einem Bergdörfli?
Mit drinnen und auch da unten. Damit die Schweiz bereit ist. Damit Sie bereit sind. Bereit fürs Leben.
What's your style? Get your merch at shop.eslgaming.com. Start your esports career now at play.eslgaming.com.
Here we are back at the studio and about to see the most generic map since the first Dust 2.
Yeah, kind of. I wouldn't disagree. Mirage it is old, true, and tested. It had its spot, I guess. For how long? How long has Mirage been in the active duty map pool now? Do you know?
Since forever, right?
Has it been in there from the beginning?
It was one of the. Yeah, it was actually. Together with Dust 2, the old one, the old Cache as well, I think.
Well, there was an old Mirage as well, right? It did get a revamp at some point.
But in CSGO?
Yes. At least a visual one.
All right.
I don't think they changed too much on how it played, actually. But then again, obviously the lifespan of Mirage goes far beyond what we know in CSGO.
I have no idea. The map was called differently in 1.6, but I've never played 1.6, so I have no idea what the name was.
It was... my goodness, what was it? Obviously now I can't remember.
Tell us.
Yeah, well, actually,
didn't it have some name from a tournament?
Was it CPL Mill at some point? Could that be?
I have no idea.
That wasn't Mirage though, was it?
I just know that there were a lot of maps that had like CPL names in it and stuff like that.
Yes, I do believe because they actually changed them and adjusted them. Right? Yeah, exactly. Yeah. For their own tournament. Yeah. But that was way back in the past. When I, as a matter of fact, haven't even heard of CSGO. Well, obviously, of CS, I should say. But we're in the here and now, and we are on Mirage, the current iteration, of course.
Yep.
With all the fancy new HD texture graphics and
benches.
Okay, I'm not going to hype it up too much. It's still a very, very dusty old place. Yep. But it's a neat one, and it's a cool one. And we've seen great games on it. And in all honesty, Sparks Esports, of course, they know that Flying Hirsch, or at least players on Flying Hirsch, are all too familiar with Mirage. So they're not going to catch them off guard here.
Yeah, definitely not. I think the goal for them is to just feel confident and just go at them with raw firepower and try to knock them out, so to speak. But
back to basics then.
Yeah, but that might very well backfire, actually.
It certainly could be a very risky way to go about things here. I don't feel like Flying Hirsch is looking very much off point as of right now, especially their T side. Yeah. That we've basically just came from on Vertigo. Sorry, what I'm saying. Vertigo, they looked super on point, very clean, crisp, and with actually quite a high pace through all these T rounds.
Yeah, and that just shows the fact that they are ready. They do hit their shots, and honestly, I would have never picked such a generic map against such a team. If you're sitting together, doing strategies, and just looking at the maps and stuff like that, I just go for a Dust 2 and Mirage ban each and every single game and just try out the maps you're actually... You could get an advantage with just your strategies.
True, but then you obviously need the map pool for that, right? So you need to be as stable on Dust 2 and Mirage as well as on...
If you've prepared Vertigo...
For example,
actually Vertigo was the pick of Flying Hirsch, so... Yeah, you're actually right.
Yep. It could be a tricky one, right? Because you need to obviously work from what you know and where your basics lie. And certainly Mirage is one of the maps that is quite easy to learn. Not all that difficult to master either, because the playbooks, they have been laid open in front of our very eyes for so long that you have basically an endless amount of teams and strategies to pick from and to choose from. Unfortunately, though, everybody else has seen them as well.
Yep.
So if you are up to it, you can basically counter everything and read your opponent quite easily.
You need to do something very special to actually.
Exactly, that's exactly what I'm saying. So in this something very special you're talking about quite often needs to be initiated, of course, from the in-game leader, whoever actually makes the mid-round calls, who tries to get a grasp on what your enemy is up to, what they're trying to achieve during the round, and obviously then come up with the solutions to counter it and exploit that information that you have gained. And that's a very tricky thing actually to do, because Mirage obviously is quite widespread map, and there are so many different very isolated parts of the map where things are or can be going on that communication obviously absolutely is key on this map, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely around the middle area. I think middle on Mirage is still like the steering wheel for really both sides, T and CT. As a T, if you get control of middle, you can do a lot actually. You can even go as far as jumping in the window and getting control of CT base and stuff like that, and just completely split the map to your advantage. On the other hand, obviously, as a CT side, if you can somehow position someone in a good position on middle, you can focus on A and B, and there's really only one or two way then they can come in on both sides. Mirage is kind of, from the structure point of view, kind of like Dust 2. So
exactly, yeah. The second Dust 2. I mean, the name doesn't come from nothing, right?
Yeah.
It's not only because it's dusty on Mirage as well, in the map itself, but those two maps, they have a lot of similarities. They certainly have some significant differences.
Yeah.
But in the end, it is choke points you're entering two different sides from, and you have to commit either basically onto a split on either side at some point earlier on or later on.
Yeah.
You have a lot of variations you can throw in there, and obviously you do still have the possibility, for example, through Underground, to actually go for rotations later on. In general, though, I feel like that's more of a exit strategy more than anything else. You don't really see a lot of teams, for example, actually trying to fake out your opponent, because, well, it's quite often not going to happen anyway, is it? Yeah.
That's true as well, yeah. So they did add a little bit of new stuff in middle with the bench, obviously. You're now able to jump towards window by yourself and also have a peek towards B short, but does that change that much? We will actually see as we're about to start with the knife round, as we see our beautiful observer giving us a quick overview of the map with his flyovers. I'm pretty sure everyone familiar with CSGO recognizes at least one spot, and this will be the one coming up. The TV.
The TV.
The TV.
Need to smash that TV.
Every time.
Do you shoot it or do you knife it?
You knife it.
You knife it?
Yeah.
I shoot it.
Do you shoot it?
Yes,
Why?
I'm aggressive like that.
Yeah, but
it has to go with a bang.
It's the perfect opportunity to show off your knife. So.
Yeah, I wouldn't get far with that.
All right. We are live as we see Flying Hirsch starting on the CT side and Sparks Esports on the T side, and it looks like it will be a fake execute with two smokes coming in, and obviously the first way. Oh, Mori gets one. He knows it's B now. He gets a second one, and with it, Sparks Esports kind of.
Oh boy, that backfired massively. It was actually a very, very cool try. Well, let's see how things work out first. Archon, 1v4, okay, about as you would expect. That was hilarious. It worked brilliantly. It was actually the fake that made Mori just basically go for a fast flank move through T-spawn, whatever, be quick in middle. And all of a sudden, he's standing in front of three people with dual Berettas of all pistols. Unfortunate for Sparks Esports, nice try, but you need to be ready for that. They must have heard him come, right?
Probably. There was a flash, so maybe they just turned around and weren't quite ready for it. But yeah, I love it. I said it last week already. Dual Berettas in the first round is absolutely beautiful, as we see second round starting, and Magic's already dusted off middle.
Yeah, Slapdick's good connect on the first player, struggling a bit with his second opponent, still not connected.
Yeah, might just chill now with just 11 HP left.
He's taking quite a lot of damage there. Oricon trying to get cheeky little peek. Obviously you're waiting for the head to appear in your crosshair. If you got a deagle in hand, and well, basically that's everyone on Sparks Esports right now. 4 deagles all across the map. And once again, Mori fancying a little push through B apartments, obviously has already cleared it, and that is brilliant timing now. Marboy, he knows there are more players coming his way, and Mori hot on their heels, moving
he's about to get the flank.
Closer and closer, and it doesn't look as if
They
he's
hurt
making
him.
any sound. Yeah, okay, there we go. Finally, Shubi turns around.
Beautiful with the shotgun. They did hear him though, because one player just quickly turned around, but was a little bit too late. I guess you also just don't expect someone to jump around with a shotgun nowadays.
True. Love the shotty though.
Yep.
Always good for a laugh or two. Especially in those like second round buys, anti-eco buys and whatnot.
And Mori is actually the meme of the season right now. Look at his utility. Look at his inventory. A shotgun and dual Berettas.
Lovely. I like it. Going up against a fully bored Sparks Esports. So he means business.
Well,
and
he's defending B holes. So
exactly. It's absolutely
look at Nits. They actually have more control of the map than the T's right now. So
and they got the bomb in spawn, and Nits even survives that fight. How in the world did he manage to get even a single frag out of that? Mobboy now flies around the corner. Archon though ready, takes him down. AK prevails, and as of right now, the round is about to shape up as you would expect. As I say though, of course, Dark flies into a site and puts the hammer down, or the Molotov, I should say. Denies them entry, but too slow to move into Palace. Shubi jumps around with the AWP. Good weapon for entries, apparently, even if you need to swing around and clear angles.
now it's just Mori left. They do know he's a B player, so all angles will probably be covered, especially after the last few rounds where Mori just kind of rushed through towards the T spawn.
Yeah, sure. And if you even seriously attempt that retake, you're basically going for the highlight clip, because 1v3 with so much time elapsed and you have no information on where they could actually be. Well, it's not going to happen, is it?
Probably not. Mori might just go and try to save that AK. Might even give them the possibility to go for another buy next round. And that's what he does.
Duty basically sitting right on top of him. I'm not gonna risk a peek into mid.
There we go, the force buy is coming out, and I kind of liked the push by Flying Head, but after they've gotten the first kill, maybe just step a bit back and try to defend the sides quite literally.
Mori trades in his shotgun for a single shot weapon in the scout, and Slapdicks, yet again aggression coming out through middle. He goes with the help of a flashbang from Dark. He will indeed take Shubi out of the game. But too much aggression could be your demise. Dark decides to fall back. Marboy has made a good little impact frag here on T-spawn, actually creeping up all the way through Palace in the blink of an eye, as long as the mid aggression kept them occupied at top of middle. And Sparks Esports now in a bit of a difficult situation really to deal with. Not only are they at a man disadvantage, Mori is sitting here with a prying eye, looking all the way Down apartments, obviously spotted them early on there. Smoke deployed.
And with that smoke, he's also giving the opportunity to his teammates to actually rotate. Tax duty, and I don't think anyone is aware of the positioning of Nitz there.
No, Nitz.
Oh, good
plays it
trigger
perfectly.
discipline.
Just lost dark and only could make it one in the end. Now finally gets the second one. Obviously instantly traded by Duty. Even getting the second one so much later is quite impressive. Marboy has been spotted. Now Duty indeed goes for the fake plant, but can't get his AK out in time again. So it will be flying Hirsch yet again.
Yeah, that was very close actually. And now opening up the side. No one spot Nitz, and then Marboy in the 1v1. Giving his team the upper hand, and once again Sparks Esports on Deagles only. And to me it feels like Flying Hirsch is getting the entry kill every single round somewhere.
This time the Molotov on a ramp will prevail. But then again, no armor on the terrorists, so they do burn quite nicely.
Beautiful Molotov coming in. Duty actually. Ooh, that might spread. Not too much though. Duty is safe.
Just about finds a little safe spot under heaven. Or under window, you should probably rather say.
Ah, Mori, once again.
You know, those shotguns are actually much more powerful than many people think they are. And especially if you can play them in a very confined space, as for example you would find in B apartments. They can be very very efficient even against armored opponents if you hit them in the head a couple of times. And the rate of fire is absolutely astonishing.
Yeah, I do agree. It looks like shotgun isn't even needed as just Duty left. He does have a great position, but the bomb is all over at the A ramp, so nothing really for him to do in these last few seconds. Does get a kill, but Nitz is finishing him off, netting the 4th round for Flying Hirsch. And they kind of continue like they've stopped on Vertigo. Very aggressive. Very fast paced.
And all in all, very dominant indeed.
Yes.
Sparks, even if they are trying to find single frags on eco rounds, on deagle rounds, no Flying Hirsch, not really ever in any danger, seriously, of giving up rounds. And once again, Flying Hirsch assertively taking over dominance in middle, as once again many a smoke is being deployed, both full towards connector and CT.
Yeah, but no player is running, and then Marboy can hear this, and thus no one really over-rotating. We still have 2 players towards middle. They probably do hear him boost, but they do miss their shots as Anna now pushes in and gets a beautiful second headshot. And yeah, now the A side is kind of open.
Now it's all up to Marboy. He needs to play his position perfectly. Finds the first one, should connect on the second one. It will be Nitz though coming in with the frag. So many players.
And Marboy somehow makes it work. Ooh, the big shotgun play. It's right around.
This is going to work out. 26 HP on Anna.
Well, he's just moving away. Mori realizes
changes his mind, and yeah, Mori will be there so much earlier.
Oh my gosh.
This is going to be a loud bang and a very dead Anna.
He actually switched the weapon.
Oh, okay, never mind. Well, still, decently loud bang.
I'm so disappointed though. There we go.
Could have been cool. But he probably didn't know. He was indeed so very low. Either way, very nicely played by Marboy, hiding in Palace, making it super tricky for Sparks Esports to actually clear his position. Stayed alive long enough for Nitz to come in and give some additional suppressive fire on all the T's that were still lingering all around the bomb site. And indeed, Flying Hirsch looking very comfortable here on Mirage as well.
Yeah, Shelby once again going for the CC, and
like it.
Once again, I'm telling you, it's not gonna work out.
It will. Once you hit those headshots with that pistol, the taps, it's so satisfying. Yes, it is.
I'd rather go for the good old Eagle.
Yeah, I know. But you know, once in a while you need to go for some style points as well. The Deagle is just, well, it's the Deagle. It is what it is. It's sure, trusted. It has one-shot potential. But it's really cool. No, it's not. And it's very loud. But Magix makes it work with a P250 as well. So good on him.
And it looks like Sparks has just
like
abused
that.
kind of the fact that Flying Hirsch they just can't sit on their feet and wait.
Oh, that was a very deep smoke indeed. And Mori instantly catches the headshot from the CZ75. Should be quick to finish it up. Very important entry, of course, by the best pistol in the game.
There we go. Trades left and right. It's just Malboy left. Once again, he has to kind of save his team, just like the round before. With the bomb planted, though, this will be very hard.
Granted, Anna and Archon obviously quite low in HP, but with the positions that they're holding right now, oh my goodness, Archon, you shouldn't really be giving up free frags like that. Malboy is still on 100 HP.
Oh, he gets the
second one dealt with. Only Duty, last man standing. He'll be popping up right in front of him, and that's going to be a clutch for Malboy. Nicely won 1v3. And that was a bit of a rough one for Sparks Esports. Didn't really see them throwing that away.
Yeah, I totally agree. I have kind of no idea how they or why they just played it like that in a 1v3. Really?
I don't know.
I mean, if you get killed by the first guy, you just try to hide, right?
You should. You certainly should. Duty also very slow to move around the pillar there in the end. Kind of didn't have the feel for Malboy's movement. But you know, it happens. Good flash towards top mid. Helps Dark to peek corner. Actually will find the frag on Shubi. Now Magic's going to try at least and trade, but Dark with 2 more instantly finds 3 of the 5 terrorists in round number 8 against Sparks Esports. That is a very decisive push up into middle. Duty once again, last man standing this time. Of course, he does have an AK in his hand, but still 3 players to contest with. Dark jumps from the heaven.
Ooh, and Duty actually turns around, gets another one, but Nitz here to finish him off. I'm sorry.
Almost. Almost. All good. All good. This was definitely the one impactful play of the round. And the way he died, well, I mean,
he's a flying hirsch after all, right?
That is true. But even a flying hirsch can't always stick to landing, so
yeah,
falls on his backside. Still though, moving up 7-1. A very comfortable lead on map number 2. Obviously they did win the first one on Vertigo. It was their map pick. We are now still wondering what exactly compelled Sparks Esports to decide for Mirage as the second map.
And again, they just always get the entry kill, and it looks like finally they can trade with it.
Once
and
again, it's still sitting inside.
Ooh. Ooh.
I don't know, that's basic. You need to check those corners. That's the first thing you do when entering a bomb site. How in the world is Nitz allowed to stay alive for so long? And it looked as if they had no idea. Where are the comms? Under bulk. You need to have at least one set of eyes instantly checking that. Spamming it, whatever. Take him out of there. It's just a gifted run.
Yeah, definitely. They had a lot of control on the A-bomb side, but then, you know, one player can just move out of the smoke. Oh, and I love this boost. Let me... Whoa! Misses the first one. Do they realize where he is actually? Because
They should. It's basically the only angle you can actually shoot so deep into it.
doesn't look like it. Anna just... I don't think Anna spotted Mori.
I love to play that boost actually myself.
Yeah.
I think it's really cool and quite often underused. But then again, what do I know? I like to play the boost on the window as well.
Yep, I like that one as well.
Well, the one close by to be sure.
Kind of a slow round now for Sparks. Once again, an entry for Flying Hirsch. Anna is very advanced in apps, but that's a lot of angles to check. Doesn't quite find Dark, and Maboy already rotating in from behind once again and gets the kill, and with it the bomb, but now it's just to the left.
You know, you have to give it to Sparks Esports, even being on pistols with Deagles only. They still definitely put in the work. They try to get those frags. They try to actually find an opening to develop around off of those Deagles. Not something that every team does as consistently as they do. They certainly believe in their Deagle play at least.
Yeah,
but then again, obviously it needs to work out. And
looks like an A-rush is coming in. They're moving through the Molotov, and finally they do find an entry frag, but they did take so much damage, and Maboy is ready for the next big play. They do not spot him. He saw 3 people, gets one, doesn't quite find a second yet. There he go, and
yeah, once again,
I feel like everything they do, everything they actually do, just they can do whatever they want. It just works out. They can push on either A or B or
yes,
middle.
but it is very very hard work. Kind of, it's hard labor for Flying Hirsch, right? They are very proactive. They do work for their advantages. They go for coordinated pushes. They go for information plays. Even Mori walking up with shotguns and whatnot through apartments. You still have to consider that every step that he does without getting contact is a lot of information gained through the CTs. And obviously this very last round now showed it again. Maboy sitting up on upper wood, on the A bomb side. 2 teammates instantly rotate into the bomb side from CT, right? They know he's in a bit of a tricky situation, so they come into the side. They don't sit back and let the T's kind of fight him one-on-one. They come in, they are a presence, help him out, and the chaos that ensues kind of helps to win him the round. So they are very much on point here in their team play as well. Obviously, they are hitting their shots, right? But they do make it easier for themselves by playing a very, very beautiful Mirage here, and very many different approaches that we're seeing right now as well, which I very much like.
Yeah, once again, Mori is so quick on moving towards B halls. He even gets a kill, and RDA execute comes in, and 4 players should already be ready here for Flying Hirsch. As Sparks Esports, they do take their time to actually move out. Anna gets 1 kill, but look at Nitz with the 3K spray down, and just like that, the 11th round for Flying Hirsch.
You love to see it, and
true.
You know that when the first frag of the round is the CT push up, catching one terrorist off in lower tunnels or in underpass, you know the confidence is on point.
Yeah.
You know everything's just going your way, right? Obviously Nitz with the beautifully set up triple spray down on the A bomb side. I mean, what else could you hope for really as a CT right now?
And again, now it looks like to be a default setup, but Dark once again pushing up mid, and it feels like they always find the holes in Sparks Esports setup, and Dark has so much information. No one is around middle. They're all focused on A and B, and I also love the fact Dark is just waiting for his opponents to come in.
Once again, I'm telling you, they try to take these rounds serious. 1 single AK, only Deagles. Still, they do buy a couple of utilities. They have a couple of flashes. They try to juke out someone. And unfortunately, though, same story, different round. Well, finally, Anna actually connects on one. Finds together with Archon and Duty, basically the A bomb side for themselves. Unfortunately, though, Dark now with the spray down, and the last man standing is Archon all the way over towards B, and obviously, well, Slaptics. Why? Why would?
Oh, and this
is going to be spicy. They have no idea he's here. He's so perfectly missed Slaptics that there's no way in the world they actually count on him being here within the couple of next seconds.
Yeah, Archon spots the first player, and I like the fact he's just staying calm, waiting for the
Sleeping
second one
connector,
to
he will
appear.
be seeing the second one. No, he didn't look towards connector.
Time
Was running out.
Yeah.
He needed to go fast. Had he just swung a little bit slower past that connector area, he could have seen the second one, and that could have been the round win.
Yeah, definitely. And
cruel.
Yeah, Flying Hirsch getting the A side. 2-man advantage, but once again, double spray down from Dark, just kind of turning around the round, and well, they're very, very unlucky as well now. What a shot by Anna.
Good, nice Slaptics.
Another one.
My goodness.
But Nitz is here.
Anna on a tear. Nitz is feeling it though. Yeah, he's gonna push out of that smoke. Tries to hit the timing. Well, gets basically stomped by Magix. And finally, another round where Sparks Esports, they do have a realistic chance of moving up to 2. I mean, it is not much, but it is something at least.
Oh, Maboy doesn't quite find the shots against Duty. Just Mori left against 3. They do know where he is. And there we go, Anna with a free K. And finally, Sparks Esports able to convert one of those good starts in the round into an actual win. And yeah, as we said, Nitz pushing out there through the smoke just shows how confident they are right now.
Silly man, silly man. But then again, you know, being up 11-1, why not? Why not go for the funny plays?
Obviously. Good entry there by Nitz. Archon just pushing out of the smoke, but Sherby is still around the B-bomb side. Mori once again with that beautiful boost. This time though, with the good old boom boom boom.
Yeah, but Sherby already is past that angle, isn't he?
I don't think so.
I'm pretty sure. But 2D might actually straight up walk into it. Goodness me. This is tense.
Oh,
there we go.
Gets a second one.
Flat. 2 dead.
Oh, you love to hear it. The sound of my people. Nitz gets a kill as well, and it's just Anna left.
Yeah, I kind of feel bad for saying that, but I genuinely do like to hear it. I think the auto sniper is just so underused.
Yeah.
There are so many positions that you can very much effectively play that rifle, and I know it's incredibly expensive. Obviously, having the one shot kill
like
from the orb, but if you can continue it, if you can keep it up, and especially if you can find sneaky little tricky angles, it can be so devastating and obviously so incredibly annoying to play against, because damage is coming your way every half second, right? And it is going to be precise, and there's going to be a lot of damage. And yeah, I do like to see it. I quite
Rough
like
one
it.
for Sparks Esports.
Yeah, well, you know, shit happens.
Yeah,
it really.
You kind of have to think about it like that, right? Because if you would start to somehow search for mistakes and stuff like that in that stage, it's like it probably won't help you that much anymore, because they need to convert
Yes,
the pistol round now.
Obviously, pistol round is definitely a no-brainer, right? You need to start with something, and something would be, well, the pistol round, obviously, in the consecutive 2 rounds, and we can go from there. Unfortunately, if you don't get a pistol round, basically it's over, right?
Looks like it's gonna be an A hit, and I like the fact there are 3 people actually just coming out of Palace. Beautiful stuff there, and Archon already taking a lot of damage. The bomb site is occupied now. Nitz gets the first kill.
Okay.
And they're just raining in. And they also do have control of CT right now, I think.
2 players. Good first frag found by Magix there. Unfortunately, can't connect on the second one. Anna.
Oh, Mori doesn't find the kill onto Sherby. Now it's a 2 versus 2. And Slaptix falls as well. The last player is hiding in Palace, so... Oh, it doesn't connect the shot.
Sherby is so low as well. It's going to be...
No time.
Too little, too late. Very nice try by Sparks Esports to actually fight back into that retake. They made it a good run. But ultimately, of course, you just need to be on a faster pace. Time's running so fast. And you touched on it before. I really liked the 3-man waterfall from Palace. I quite do like it. Obviously, you do come through a very narrow choke point, which is incredibly dangerous if a CT kind of just taps away and deletes you one after the other. But as soon as you're out on the side, you can spread so fast. It's super annoying.
Anna gets 2 kills. Finally, he falls, and...
What just happened?
Yeah, Sparks Esports just did really well on towards the B bomb side. The bomb gets planted, though, and...
How dare you, Sparks? I was just making a point about a cool play over on A, and you just clean house here at B. Slaptix, though, very low HP.
Didn't quite find Archon there. I think he just forgot to shoot, honestly, but...
I don't know. Yeah, that's rough. What can you say? Once again, you basically had it, and then you didn't. Top-notch commentary from myself. At one point you had it, and then you didn't. Here we go. 14-3.
Mirage giveth, Mirage taketh.
Exactly.
Ooh, they're actually going for a force play, and I like it. Just shows once again how confident they are, and there goes the confidence for Dark and Mori actually, as Archon takes him out. And yes, Sparks Esports just take round by round, kill by kill, and that's really the only way you can come back in such a game.
That is so annoying. You still have 2 rifles. All the other players have died. And you kind of still need to try to accomplish anything. Sherby's on point with that scout. Seemingly not missing a shot. Only needs a P250, obviously, to clean up the last one. There we go. Very crisp, clean first shot onto Dark in middle. And they do stay alive for just a little bit longer.
Ooh, 5 nades.
That's going to be a window nuke.
Let it rain.
Sherby, are you ready? Here we go, you're not.
But they actually survived.
Oh my goodness. 3 of those nades exploded in front of the window.
Finally he's dead. Mori gets him, and it's probably the only thing he's gonna get this round.
How can you do that to me? I was so ready for that nade stack.
Yeah.
I love stuff like that, and then you mock it up like that. Come on. I'm pretty sure only 2 nades made it into the window.
And as we just heard, Jersey Boys also won their second match, or second map, with 16 to 14 actually, against 14.
Alright.
A little bit closer, but doesn't change the fact Prefu goes out of this match day with a loss, so hard one for them really. As we see Duty very aggressive towards connector. I love that flash. And Mori and Duty just kind of kissed there on the bottom of connector until Mori decides to stab him and kill him.
Ooh, Anna, nice timing on that push. Catches Mori completely off guard. Magic already taking a lot of real estate over towards B, but won't be seeing much action right now as Nits Marboy and Slap takes the Flying Hirsches. What's a Hirsch in English?
A deer.
Wouldn't it be a stack? I'm not sure. Need to look that up.
Oh, the deer is the female version of it, right?
I believe so. I'm not entirely sure about that.
That might be true.
In all honesty, but let's get back to the after plan position. After all, Sparks once again bringing it back into a 2v1, but make that a 1v1. It's very low on HP, and indeed he will face Anna on side. I'm not quite sure why he would do that.
Is there enough time? Yeah, there is.
Yeah, easily. They had a kit and everything. Weird decision. Apparently, well, wants to go for the timing. Not gonna work out, or maybe the patient just wasn't quite there anymore.
Well, I do think he thought he might just go for the full defuse after the first fake, so...
Good,
but
Ardon, you're muted.
That was...
Speak.
That was interesting. Anyways, Magix gets the first kill. The B rush is coming in, and as everyone kind of drops down into B, everyone dies as fast as they dropped.
Love that position from Magix.
Yeah.
Super effective, especially if you got a body on.
Take my hand.
As we are being treated to a little bit of a song innuendo. Who was that?
I'm not sure.
Did you recognize? Yeah, there must have been in-game, but I wonder who of the players it was.
Beautiful voice, though.
Yeah.
Can
Might make the good cost one day.
Yeah. Nits gets the first kill with the Mac 10, and kind of unexpected, actually. Not taking that much damage, but also not able to recover that AK or M4 from Duty, as Shubi is now guarding his body towards connector. And
Has Flying Hirsch gone for a single save?
I don't think so. I think they just...
They kept buying, right?
Yeah. There's no thing as saving for Hirsches.
True. Well, a B exploit it will be. Magix needs a little position. Very tricky to actually get a frag from there. It's good for information. For a gunfight, not so much. Dark doubles down. That's going to be the B bomb side. Firmly under control of Flying Hirsch. Should be coming in with the AWP though. Follows up with that Tech 9. A pistol that has gotten some love recently, and it has become equally annoying again.
There we
Not
go.
gonna help him though.
15th round and 8 match points now for Flying Hirsch, and if I recall correctly, I think Sparks' money actually doesn't look that good, even though they've won like 6 rounds in a row.
We're about to find out.
I'm totally wrong.
It is absolutely fine. Double up even on the field. Well, that's going to be a new one. And again, we have 3 players coming in for the quick drop out onto the A bomb site. 2 players have their eye on them though. It is going to be a 1v1, 1-for-1 trade as of right now. Duty still on site, sitting on that stair. Dark most likely not gonna face him just yet, as the bomb has been planted, and CT area is pretty much ready for the taking. Terrorists indeed will push into it. There they will find Magix, not gonna put up much of resistance though. And with Shubi last man standing, open in hand. Nice scope, but this should be it. Slaptics will indeed take him down, and that's going to be the end of Sparks Esports, at least for tonight.
Yeah. Beautiful showing there by Flying Hirsch. A nice 2-0 win. And that's really something they also needed because they were down with 0 points. Finally grabbing something for their scoreboard. And they will actually go up in a second match later tonight. So good luck to them. On the other hand, Sparks Esports, I think it's their first loss in this season. So not too much to worry.
Absolutely. And apparently we are ready to go into a quick break.
Before we will go into Kings CSGO versus Red Instinct, the big match of today. So make sure to get ready, grab a little bit of water, maybe a coffee, and we will be back very soon.
La sensation d'être prêt. Déjà prêt, toujours prêt. Prêt? Prêt à se lever, à prendre son courage à deux mains et...
Croire dur comme fer.
Aujourd'hui, c'est ton jour.
Mon premier jour d'école.
Prêt à relever le défi.
Ça, j'arrive.
Prêt pour la prochaine étape. Pour de nouveaux projets et pour les possibilités d'un monde connecté.
C'est pour ça qu'avec nos clients, on ne parle pas que de technique. On leur dit aussi ce qu'elle leur apporte.
Parce que nous sommes là-haut,
Jusqu'au village les plus reculés.
à tous les niveaux et tout en bas. Pour que la Suisse soit prête. Pour que vous soyez prêts. Prêts pour la vie.
What's your style? Get your merch at shop.eslgaming.com.
Start your esports career now at play.eslgaming.com.
Here we are back, and actually we've met a pretty good timing because the second half of the first map is about to start between Kings and Red Instinct. So instead of looking at the teams, we'll do that later. Let's jump right into the game and see how that pistol round is going on, as Kings is actually right now ahead with 10-5 on Inferno, and they just started their CT half. So let's see if they can actually continue in that fashion and win the game. I'm kind of surprised by that result.
Yes,
so let's
indeed.
see.
And into the game we go. Kings still leading over Red Instinct, 10-5. Worcester scoreline at the halfway point. Red Instinct did manage to pick up that pistol on their T side. And therefore we do see a decently equipped terrorist side with 2 AKs, a Galil, Mac-10 just for good measure, and some entries. Up against, well, basically a naked King side. Single flashbang on Risk. This needs to be an incredibly god-timed flash to actually give them a chance of anything. As Xreal starts after fragging, finds Zed instantly.
Yeah, good nose though for Kings there. They are 3 or even 4 players on the A-bomb side, and Styles, as well as Alex, do get some frags, and still 1 player left on the A-bomb side. 2v2 right now, so it's getting close. And they even recover a weapon.
Yeah, the recovered weapon will be quite handy. But Red Instinct obviously already has made... What a shot by Xreal. Good night, Maricinho.
Alex though will save that AK into the next round with just 5 HP left and no
Obviously.
kit. I don't think there's any reason to try and save anything.
No, there's... well, yes, there are many reasons to save something. Exactly that. His AK and...
Oh, I meant just going for...
To go for it, yes, of course. Yeah, exactly. They'll be happy getting out with an AK there. That's probably a little win in their book.
Yeah, especially getting 3 players, keeping their money low.
Yeah,
and
for sure.
on the other hand, they will be able to go for a pretty good buy next round. So definitely a win this round, to be honest. Except for that 1 point on the actual scoreboard.
Good hits with those USPs. And enough players to actually make some damage. Xreal good find there on the CT player. As we go into round number 18, Kings still in a lead, but Red Instinct starting to catch up to them.
This round though, not that much utility on the T side. Do have some smokes left, actually 5. And on the other hand, a lot of control already for the T's. They do have control of Banana and also of apartments, and Yas is doing a lot of damage with his Mac-10 to Maricinho.
Yeah, that was insane. Maricinho caught almost every single one of those bullets, it felt like. Obviously, Yas, he doesn't really know with how many he did connect in the end. Styles. Sitting comfy on top of the balcony. Doesn't see anyone really go past him. And still Kings decide to rotate 1 more player over towards the A-bomb side.
Yeah, and that might be a huge mistake. It's just Alex left now. Oh, they actually decide to move 2 players back, and this is beautiful. With the smoke, they can delay this even further.
It's been at least 15-20 seconds now since they haven't heard anything over towards A. And Risk, he'll be ready, flies out together with that flash. Will actually throw himself in the way of the T's, but yeah, not much resistance really being successful here. And just like that, Red Instinct felt like Kings had the perfect read. Couldn't really convert that though. And Styles instead, once again, forced to save. The retakes on B are pretty difficult even if you're on equal footing when it comes to manpower, but at a 2-man disadvantage, well, it's straight up impossible. I don't think many would disagree with me here. Not even you.
No, definitely
Yeah, there we go.
As Crumbs is finally taken out by Zed after a beautiful 3k on the B-bomb side. He basically won them the round with that.
Sure did.
2 weapons left for Kings. Would you go for a force buy or? Alex could buy. Nope. An eco it is.
It's an eco, but they do stack up on a bit of utility. And I quite like that because it does
heighten your odds significantly, especially on Inferno. You could really try and pull around the CTs, or at least fade out some more utility. Good trades. That's going to be advantageous for the terrorists as of right now. Asics Real already taking a lot of real estate. He will be faced though by a player from... Oh my goodness, that was so close. Wins against Alex though. And cements his place over towards Arch. Puts an immense pressure onto Sen. Now last man standing, instantly deleted by Alex. And as Crumbs punches in the numbers, gets that bomb ready to explode. Marisinho with that eagle will start lurking around, looking for a weapon. Indeed, that is the place where you did get a kill early on in the round, so I think a Mac 10 might be lying around there somewhere.
Probably an AK as well. Oh, did they throw it out? Oh, that is so clever. I think they threw it out of the window.
Maybe, or maybe he did pick up the gun on
he has
boiler.
All right.
Yeah, there you go.
Still looking for a little bit of damage though. This doesn't find anything, and with that, Red Instinct already back. Just 1 point missing, and they're even. Nice round so far for Red Instinct. Nothing too special. Just really well executed, aggressive pushes on either A or B. So,
yeah,
Kings really need to convert something now. Let's see if it works out with the double AWP on Alex and Styles.
3-player stack early on to his banana. Nothing out of the ordinary here. A lot of utility used already by both teams. As the T's try to hold that banana aggression. Alex finally with that flash is being pushed off that corner, at least off the aggressive one, but just like that, quick flashbang and they will have another sneak peek. Double molly now. These terrorists really mean business in banana. As Styles it is. Was that over at A?
Bomb side,
it was A.
Yeah.
Finds the first frag of the round.
4 players still on the banana side, so there's gonna be a B push coming in, and Alex will probably be smoked off as well.
Well, they better smoke him off, otherwise it'll be a bit of a nasty surprise to run right into an AWP.
They actually go for the smoke push, but Risk and Marisinho, as well as finally Alex, are able to shut them down and nets the 11th round for Kings.
Good aggressive push there by Styles. I like that, together with the Molotov, pushing the T out of position. Catch him in transition, and obviously for Crumbs, they must have felt like every single CT was right next to him.
Yeah. So a good one by them. Very important round as well. Able to save both AWPs and take him over to the next round. Another buy round for Red Instinct though, and this time it looks like they're doing a little bit more of a default setup. One player has been spotted by Alex. Doesn't quite hit the shot though. I really don't like the fact Red Instinct gets so much control of the map very early with close to no utility. Like Kings, sure, they push banana, but if they don't hear anything for the first few seconds, they just move back, and Red Instinct really can just take over the sides without using any utility, any smokes or molotovs, really just one flash
open now.
To get control.
That is true, that is true. Especially with the CTs having 2 AWPs, you would actually expect them to have a very strong focus on utility, trying and deny any impact to those rifles, but then again, Styles once again already has one in the bag. Okay, Dop now with the entry will be stopped by Marisinho. Crumpsay with the trade, and Styles still hiding inside up in the corner. Should be checked any moment now, but
will have the angle advantage over Crumpset. Will take him out of the game with the P250.
Yeah, nice hold there. Good
Very
Molotov
strong.
by Zed. Crumpset trying to save something, but obviously with that angle, not really able to do anything. And with that, we're going into an eco round for Red Instinct, actually.
An eco there's a deco, almost, not quite. 3 deagles in play, and there we go. Crumpset with the first one. That was a banger. And Gas with another one.
Alex, though, he's ready with the op.
Not when Crumpset's ready, though.
Yeah.
Back into the 2v2 we go. And with that, Crumpset and Alex.
Did Zed not hear that?
How could he? He must
Yes,
be aware they're still around. They can't have, well, just vanished.
He has no idea, actually. He gets one, but is he aware of the second player? Ooh, lovely.
He is now.
Is Reesk aware, though? Yes, yes. There we go. Takes out Alex. 13-9. Nice eco, though. Beautiful deagle shots. My God.
Yeah, those.
Look at that.
That first one. Ooh.
That hurts.
And another one. Boom, that's Alex gone.
Talking about headache. Certainly one for Alex.
Yeah. Kings 13-9 on the Red Instinct side. And after a good little comeback train from Red Instinct, it looks like Kings are back in the driver's seat, and after a very strong T side already. They are getting into their rhythm, into their pace here on the CT side as well. Already taking control over the whole of Banana. As Reese is presented with many targets jumping out of the apartments.
They do take out 3 players towards the A-bomb side. Is that enough, though? Maricinho already on the backstab. Both players still on side. K-Top gets a little bit of room.
Gotta wait out those smokes. Alex finds K-Top. Nicely done by him, and that leaves Crumpset as the last man standing. He didn't know he actually already got that frag on the short player. Went back for another quick spray, and unfortunately caught a bullet, I believe, from the player in Palace.
Yeah, I think so.
Kind of looked like it. Good retake here coming through from Kings.
Look at Crumpset just going at it with the Mac-10. Beautiful stuff. Alex, obviously that kill from Alex kind of sealing the round. Crumpset tried whatever he could, but didn't work out. So 14-9 right now. And after kind of a hustle at the beginning for Kings, looks like they're all set up to take round after round right now. K-Top tries to push out short. He gets Molotov the way, and
lucky for him, doesn't take too much damage really. Could have been much worse. But still, Stealth with his AWP holding that very narrow angle towards middle, spots one pair of feet flying by, can't connect on the second player though, goes out for another peek, and that will be his demise. Alex with the AK will get the better of him, and my God, what a shot from X-Real once again. Cheeky little swing there. And just like that, the A side is gone.
Yeah, Maricinho gets one back.
What
even finds a second one.
Spray down, so where? Not sure whether he hurt the player. Crumpset pretty much confirms the round win number 10 for Red Instinct. Alex, last man standing, about to see if you can get an exit frag. Probably not hoping for more though.
Each frag actually means so much. There's a lot of money wasted. Red Instinct, obviously. Not that much money left in the bank, and K-Top might even be found.
Yeah, K-Top making a lot of sound. I do believe Alex actually heard him come closer, but
What a spray down by X-Real there.
Yeah, that was cool.
Nice take on the A-bomb side.
Very clean, and that spray here now through the smoke. So nice. Marisinha doesn't need to see his enemies to put bullets in them.
Yeah, just anticipate them.
Exactly.
Fast push towards Banana. Yas has a lot of control already.
Yeah, Alex, only man with a rifle, almost died there to that AWP pick. Apparently fancies some aggression still. Oh, how unfortunate. They actually tagged him through the smoke. Yas instantly rattles off a shot with the AWP, and that is the M4 gun.
Ooh, but it
They
might be a
should
good gamble.
know that he was the only one with a rifle though, right? So
If they're aware of the economic state, yes. Oh, set beautifully. Waiting for the steps, getting the first kill for Kings in this round.
that CSAC kill certainly must have alarmed them to the possibility of it being an eco other than that one saved M4. Now curiously, indeed they do move back towards B, where that one rifle was lying on the ground. I don't think they've actually taken care of it.
Oh, don't think so as well.
But Marisinha, not ballsy enough to actually push all the way up to the rifle. Tries to rely on his deagle skills. Crumpsy. No way he actually saw him there. That was a clean pre-fire. Within a shoulder peak.
Beautiful by him. And what a game by him so far. Netting a lot of kills. And now it's just Zed left. Probably trying to pick up a weapon or go for some more damage.
Yeah, and Zed, the only one to actually find the frag, obviously was with the CZ. Just throwing that out there. Might even find an AK. That would probably be pretty okay-ish in terms of an outcome for a round like this. One frag and a rifle saved. That is fine, I'd say. Still though, Red Instinct, of course, 4 players alive at the end of the round, so that should help them out economy-wise quite a bit.
Man, you really do like the CC, do you?
Of course I do. Of course. Oh, that was so cool. That was a very nice clean pre-fire there by Crumpset.
And another eco coming in for Kings. Just 1 MP and the saved AK from Zed. So Red Instinct, now's the time to really get closer towards Kings again.
Was Styles just sitting right between 2 Molotovs?
I think so.
Didn't expect him to actually be in boiler right now. Should have been cleared. As long gets smoked off, but no one of the terrorists actually aggressing towards top of middle. But obviously, Kings will realize that they still have manpower around.
Yeah, very slow play right now by Red Instinct, just waiting for the CTs to do any mistakes. And as I say that, looks like they're moving towards the B bomb site. There will be 1 smoke deployed, no one rotating so far. Crumps is doing a lot of noise towards the A bomb site, so that might be the reason no one is rotating yet.
Yeah, Crumps are basically trying to find some information, now going down to at least 2 or more players. They will hit that execute over towards B. Still need to deal with Marisinha. He's currently hiding in dark with a deagle.
He really just needs 1 kill, and he does find it. Even finds a second one. It's just Yas left with the off. Against 4, gets a second one on towards Risk. And I don't think there should be any way for him to be able to actually win that round. There we go. Styles takes the kill. And with it we have 4 map rounds for Kings. That was beautiful by Kings.
Yeah, Marisinha once again, such good defense here. All the way in the back of the side from dark, finds 2 very clean headshots, and how in the world did he actually connect on that?
I have no idea, but he did. That's why he's playing and recasting, probably.
Yes, obviously, Alex. Oh, he knows that nade is good. Instantly goes for the spray.
Finds even more with a third one together with Styles. They do a lot of damage. And that B push looks to be completely shut down. Just 2 players left with a combined of 71 HP.
Yeah, that was a quick one.
Yeah, beautiful done by Alex there. Just in time, and Mauricio even gets a third to his name. Actually, first. Styles did take the 3. And there goes Yas, and with that, Kings take the first map of this Clash of the Titans, and rightfully so.
Yep, they looked good. And in all honesty, after having obviously spectated the lovely match between Sparks and Flying Hirsch just before, Kings and Red Instinct now, they are showing us that there is quite a ways to go for those two teams still. The level of play, the level of aim strength is still
quite a bit higher.
Quite a bit higher. Yeah. Quite a bit higher. I think that's an honest opinion and a valid opinion to have. It's just absolutely astonishing how incredibly good these players are fundamentally, obviously, at the game. That's why they are a lot of people's favorites, really, to do super well again in this season of the SHL, of course.
Definitely. So good and strong showing by both teams there. We will go into another short break also for the players before we start the last map actually of this night. Before we do so, I'd like to mention once again, go on Twitter, use the hashtag ESLSwiss and be live with us in the studio. Tell us what you think of the first match or maybe the second match, and we will be right back, so stay tuned.
La sensation d'être prêt. Déjà prêt, toujours prêt. Prêt? Prêt à se lever, à prendre son courage à deux mains et...
Croire dur comme fer.
Aujourd'hui, c'est ton jour.
Mon premier jour d'école.
Prêt à relever le défi.
Ça, j'arrive.
Prêt pour la prochaine étape. Pour de nouveaux projets et pour les possibilités d'un monde connecté.
C'est pour ça qu'avec nos clients, on ne parle pas que de technique. On leur dit aussi ce qu'elle leur apporte.
Parce que nous sommes là-haut.
Jusqu'aux villages les plus reculés.
À tous les niveaux et tout en bas. Pour que la Suisse soit prête. Pour que vous soyez prêts. Prêts pour la vie.
What's your style? Get your merch at shop.eslgaming.com.
Start your esports career now at play.eslgaming.com.
There we go, we're already back, and it looks like the second map is about to start. It will be... What else could it be after Mirage? Dust 2.
Yeah, well, after Mirage?
Well, after
We were
Mirage,
just in
this as the
Inferno.
second map on the first game.
Yeah, okay, that was a bit of a reach. I was about to say from one dust pot into the others, into the other, but yes, indeed, it was Inferno picked by Rins. So
yeah,
it is going to be a spicy one here on Dust 2, of course, super aim heavy map, very much suits Kings. And speaking about the teams, I think we will be looking at them real quick just to show you who actually is joining us here on the server. We do have Xreal, Alex, Crumpsay, K-Top and Yas on the Red Instinct side here.
Strong lineup, as
very,
always.
very strong lineup. Obviously nothing else that you would expect from Red Instinct.
On the other hand, we do have Kings coming in with a sub actually. Regon is not here today. So they do have a new sub, it is Styles, and other than that it looks kind of the same like last week. Seth, Risk, Alex and Maricinho, so...
Absolutely.
Styles doing good so far, so...
Styles, especially with the AWP, he had quite a bit of impact on Inferno for sure. Absolutely, and I would expect him to pick it up on Dust 2 again later on. And obviously one of my focus points will indeed be Maricinho. I was absolutely blown away by his performance last week.
He was so strong.
Absolutely crisp, especially thinking back to his entry work that he did. Also, of course, in after-plan positions, he was absolutely clean and clinical all the way through, and certainly helped his team out quite a bit last time around. And so far, haven't really seen that much on Inferno specifically from him, but who knows? Could everything change on Dust 2?
Yeah, and we've casted Kings quite a few times on Dust 2 already.
Yeah.
And we're quite well aware how good they actually are on Dust 2, so...
Yeah, it's a staple, and it's absolutely not by chance that they would pick it, even against a team like Rins. They are super confident on it, they are super capable on it, and Rins, they should definitely know what they're up for.
Yeah, I agree, and actually with them going up 1-0, there's quite a funny story because they have faced Red Instinct in the Season 2 finals and in the Season 3 semi-finals, and both times they actually lost to them, so maybe the tides are finally turning towards their side this time. Although, let's not forget, this is just the group stage for now.
It is, absolutely, but still, even in the group stage, it could be a sign of things to come later on down the road, you know, and who knows? Depending on how you actually go out of this game tonight, you might even be influenced to some degree in your upcoming picks and situations. So keep in mind, everything that goes on during the season still will be cemented deep down somewhere in the heads of these players, and they won't be quick to forget, or at least they shouldn't, if they actually want to attack that title.
Yeah, I totally agree. Also, don't forget, the first two placed from the group stage will head directly into the semi-final. Place 3 to 6 will move on to a quarterfinal, actually. So,
indeed,
yeah.
A lovely change.
Yeah, I love it. Although I gotta say, I kind of do expect both of these teams to reach the semi-final directly. It
certainly
would
wouldn't
be a surprise if
I wouldn't be surprised if it was indeed Red Instinct and Kings to take those spots. Still, that leaves another 4 teams with the chance to actually fight for the possibility to compete against them in a semi-final, if it indeed would turn out this way. And well, still a long way ahead of us, of course. Until then, let's stay right here in the moment. And for now, it is indeed going to be another Dust 2 from a very, well, true and tested team on a very true and tested map.
Yeah, that's
it kind of
true.
all works out, right?
Yeah. I wonder if Red Instinct feels actually very confident as well on Dust 2, because if you're going up against Kings, Dust 2 is kind of a safe ban, usually. I wonder what the reasoning behind not banning Dust 2 was. They did pick a nuke last week, I think. No, they actually picked Inferno last week.
Yes, they did go for Inferno. You know, Dust 2, it is one of those maps, of course. You can kind of drop it either way. Some teams indeed actually have it kind of as a default ban, really, because they just don't want any randomness on their server, and they'd like to control as much of a map as they can.
Yeah.
And let's face it, on Dust 2, so many things can happen that you can't necessarily account for, right? You can have players popping off left, right, and center. You can go for aggressive pushes everywhere on the map, and in an instant, really, everything can be turned on the head, and some teams don't like it. Others, well,
plays into
mostly very aim-heavy teams, of course, kind of welcome that and quite like that, and therefore they float it quite often. And I would expect Red Instinct to be one of those teams, right? They know what they're capable of. With that being said, of course, let's have a quick, beautiful look through our camera paths here on Dust 2. I quite like that feature, don't you? It's so serene, flying across the map.
Yeah,
it's kind of
the calm before starts.
Yeah, exactly. It's like the calm before the storm.
So obviously, with our new Dust 2 and our new beautiful textures and graphics, we have actually one big recent change, and that's the swapped doors on the B side. And I actually really like the change, because it makes retaking B so much easier.
Yeah, it really makes you wonder why they didn't try that earlier on.
Yeah.
As we are ready to hop into the server for real now, with players and everything. And I can tell you that Kings indeed won the knife round, so they will be starting on the CT side here on Dust 2.
As Yas is trying a cheeky little kill through the mid doors there, as his teammates. 3 people actually moving down lower, and Styles is just hiding here in the smoke and might be greeted with a lot of players in a second. Doesn't find the kill against Yas, and that's the go command for Red Instinct to move towards that B bomb site. Still 2 players on B.
3 actually.
But they're falling left and right, and there's really no chance for Risk probably to really do anything, as Alex falls as well. There we go. A clean round for Red Instinct to take it 1-0. And I loved the execution.
Yeah, very neatly done. Especially having the state of mind to actually go for a full clear on the bomb side, of course. Even flushing out that last player, hiding behind the box. Very nicely done. Good entry there by Yas, of course, down middle onto Styles. A little bit unfortunate, of course. You would expect to have the upper hand with the USP. Quick push from Marisinho up middle together with Styles yet again, and it's real this time around with the Mac 10 is having a field to Krumse. Behind 2 players, only can bag 1. But it's all going to be the same. It's quick, clean mop up. And this is another approach to pistol rounds than we've seen from Sparks, right in the last game. They tried to play the long game, went for pistol buys and tried to go for picks. Just full out brawl in middle. That's another way to go about your day. as Cromso
Very aggressively.
goes down, crisp, clean, burnt to, well, probably a little heap of charcoal by now. As the rest of his team congregates in upper tunnel, ready to move to mid, probably looking for cheeky frag onto set maybe, to once again go into, for example, a beast blade.
It looks like they are moving towards short, or at least one player. X-Real is already waiting for him there, and Zed is still holding off middle. Only flashes left for the CT, so should a push come in, there's really not that much they can do. And X-Real jumps down CT, gets one kill. K-Top gets one as well.
Massive frag over at B from K-Top. Leaves Marisinho in a very tricky position. Flying Mach 10, strong as ever. And X-Real finding another one. Now Alex and Yas, still a tricky situation, since Alex is literally on 3 HP. As Rizk and Alex
Ooh, they actually
design not to go for that.
They don't have a kit. So I think this is very, very smart to go for the save, but
yeah,
it's kind of sad they don't have
that's
a kit.
a bummer though.
Yeah.
Especially if they know that one player is, well, basically dead. They'll hate seeing that later on. At least they will get both the extra frags. So a little bit of a silver lining there. But Red Instincts definitely off to a good start here.
Yeah, and they still can buy up Yas even with another op. And on the other hand, Red Instinct, Marisinho once again just with a scout towards the B-bomb side. So
Yas barely misses. I think Marisinho was. Pretty good timing. As once again Red Instinct fancies a bit of map control towards mid. Always good to go for that early on in a round. Make sure the defending CT side is not up to any shenanigans. Also applying a bit of pressure towards mid usually means players need to keep their focus there, which obviously alleviates some pressure from potential flank player or someone holding further out on the extremities of the side.
Beautiful.
Good flash in. Alex though still finds the frag completely blind.
Chomsey, however, I don't think they spotted him. He gets the double kill through the smoke. Beautiful play by him. And with that, the map is kind of split. Reese has a little bit of control of CT, but Yas is ready towards the A-bomb side. Marisinho does a lot of damage, actually.
Oh, that is massive.
Oh, and he gets the double! Wow. That was kind of unexpected. It's just Yas left, and he misses his shot. Styles takes the kill. What a play by Marisinho. I was about to say, it's going to be very hard to actually defend the B-bomb side with that scout, but never mind. Tags both players and then goes for the collateral. Ooh, spicy.
That was good. That was really good. I was already close to praising Kings' control of temperament there after Crumpser getting both frags there in middle, not to simply put it down a smoke towards CT and well, basically rush the B-bomb side. But maybe that's exactly what they should have done. 2020 hindsight, it's always easy to give advice after the fact. Now Kings with quite some dominance, winning the fight in middle, and later on no, never mind, Styles was finding the last frag yet again with an AWP over towards B.
And finally, they do have managed to kind of break Rins, at least economically. 2 Mac-10s left. It is a force buy and it looks to be a B rush, but Maricinho is ready. There's the first. Does actually find the second fully blinded with a beautiful spray down, and now Stans is here to help him out as Maricinho gets his 3rd kill, and they should also be aware of the position of K-Top right now, as he did find a kill towards middle.
Well, they should have flushed him out in just a second here. Might even not go for that push. After all, they know he has a Mac-10 in hand. And there's not really a point in going for a duel here with a Mac-10 close range, when you can just camp the bomb and, well, basically make it a non-issue. After all, there is exactly no chance of him doing any damage here. Alex indeed will take care of him.
Beautiful hold there by Maricinho. And that spray, that was some serious commitment to that spray, actually. Even blinded, just holding down mouse 1 and trusting in your muscle memory to control that spray. Can be more difficult than you would expect sometimes. Finally, the chance for Kings to actually take the lead in this game. They had 4 players towards A long for a second. But it looks like Red Instinct has decided for the A short path and said that nade could be absolutely devastating.
Oh, please throw it. Chug it in there, come on.
There we go. Ooh, it actually gets stuck. That's unlucky.
I hate CSGO sometimes.
Yeah. Doesn't really matter though, as they do push out and net 3 kills. It is just X3 left with 9 HP. There we go. 4-3 for Kings, and they have arrived on Dust 2. Ooh, Risk nearly gets 2 doubles actually.
Yeah, that was close. Obviously easy cleanup against an eco. And into round number 8 we go. Red Instinct finally pulled up again. All AKs across the board. No AWP to contest with Styles or Risk. And
a lot of
fast pace
towards A-Long, but they get completely shut down.
And they lose the bomb in the process.
Ooh.
Big whiff from Styles though. Certainly should have been a kill. Another whiff coming out from Risk, and he gets punished instantly. And just like that, the round's wide open again for Red Instinct. Now Maricinho and Alex.
Are they not aware of the bomb?
They decide to go aggressive. I do believe they want to get in position to catch the terrorists off guard, in which they succeed. Yas really didn't expect them to be holding so close to middle. Alex is being found in either a quick switch or a reload. I'm not quite sure.
It is indeed just Maricinho left, and X3 decides to once again rotate towards A-Long.
And in about 10 seconds, Maricinho needs to start moving. That's the wrong side though. Well, there's absolutely no way he doesn't know the bomb's on long, right? That would be so awkward.
I think he does, but he's just not expecting X3 to move around A-Long at all. He will, though, in a second realize that the bomb is being planted on A. As X3 is just checking corners, making sure he doesn't get catched off guard. And
oh no, go for the short plant.
He doesn't.
Oh, that's rough.
There we go. Well, it was a 50-50 chance, so... On the other hand, he could just just gone for the safe defuse plant behind the single box.
Yeah, sure.
Nonetheless, though,
a lot of movement going on, so nobody really knew where the other player was. In the end, might as well go for the gamble.
2 big whiffs, though, with the ops.
Yeah, that was rough, and that indeed brought Red Instinct, well, basically to the brink of the round win. And that's something you really can't be doing against a team like Kings. No, never mind, against a team like Red Instinct, sorry.
Yeah.
The other way around, of course. Kings with the orbs.
They did get away with a blue eye, but don't think that will work again if they were to miss those shots again, especially considering buying 2 ops every single round is quite an investment.
It is massive, and it certainly is a big hit if you lose these guns over and over again, right? Red Instinct, they will try to keep pace high. Alex coming in from CT, only good for 1 though. Styles back to hitting shots. First one to fall, repositions, and is holding the window now. K-Top should know exactly where he is, and still Styles gets another one.
And that one is massive. A 3 versus 2 retake on the B bomb side is so much easier.
Mercy, you're already in a brilliant position. Easy frag onto K-Top, and in a 3v1 now, Crumpset. I know you're good, but this is a lot to ask from him. In the end, can't really connect any shots at all. Red Kings moving up 1 more round. 6-3, double the score now of Red Instinct.
Oh, he nearly got a double there as well.
Might as well be in one, yeah. Good trade though, still.
Yeah, definitely.
Second player definitely ready to clear that corner. Well, they both were, obviously. K-Top must have told them where he was.
Another fast A-long push seems to be coming out. Alex doesn't quite find the kill, but Seth does. And with 3 players towards A-long.
Even deleting a second one through the smoke. And in the meantime, Red Instinct, they have made their way onto the B-bomb side. Good tag from Crumpset. From Styles onto Crumpset, my bad. Still incredibly dangerous. Putting shots down range with that big gun. Baiting out a shot from K-Top. Certainly spotted him here. And 4 versus 3, I said it before, I'm going to say it again. It is still quite a feat to actually retake that B-bomb site. Sure, doors have been inverted. It has been made quite a bit easier. But time is running out. They need to go right now. Flash is coming over. K-Top and Yas, they both bag themselves a kill. Zed finally only got for 1 though. And Risk, well, just too late. Nothing to do here for him anymore. He'll book it out of there. And the 2 terrorists, no, they won't both survive. Only 1, I think, has made it into round number 11. Yeah, indeed. K-Top it was.
Yeah. Still quite a bit of money though on the King's side, so nothing to worry about that here. And on the other hand, now the ability to kind of break Red Instinct once again.
Except, of course, Styles doesn't have an AWP, so B might be just a tad bit weaker, but B is not an issue as of right now, as the terrorists are taking control over A long fairly assertively. Not going to push any further though.
And I like the fact Alex is instantly going for a short take. 1-for-1 trade.
X-Real drops his guard after getting 1. Not expecting a second one to be close by. Yas. I think Alex is pretty lucky to get away with his life there.
Definitely.
As the terrorists still bunched up on long, slowly now moving up onto the side. Good flash coming in. Alex free frag onto K-Top, but instantly traded by Alex. Styles now under quite a bit of pressure, gets spammed through the wall. But once again, good flashes from the King's side.
And now it's just Yas left. Risk has some control of short. Do they expect him though? He gets 1.
They should expect him after all. He has shot Alex pretty low, now takes 2 out of the game. And with Marisinho in long, fairly low on HP. Not going to be interested in letting him pick up the bomb, but that's not what he needs to do. Hitting that bullet to the dome is going to be just fine as well. What an effort by Yas.
Beautiful kills there. And yeah, once again shows that you cannot give any edge to your opponent. Otherwise you might have someone like Yas just clutching it out.
That fade away.
Beautiful.
Styles ready with the deagle, misses his shot. Alex, a little bit more luck on his side, goes for another one.
Oh, beautiful.
Oh,
And they
no, it was
actually make
dead.
it work.
3 versus 2. Man advantage and Risk. He's not finished. And X-Real probably wondering what the hell just happened to the rest of his team.
He's being spotted now as well. So Marisinho has still the scouts. Risk has the AK.
And Risk has eyes on the bomb in just a second. This should be the moment where Marisinho hits the brakes. Just slows it down a little bit. Obviously they know X-Real can't really do anything on A side, so just let him sit there. After all, he needs to get past them to pick up the bomb, and quite honestly, I would be quite impressed if he checks Risk's corner here.
Watch him do the Hiko move. Here he comes. Never mind. Risk gets the kill.
Fair enough, he did check it.
Yeah, he did.
It's a tough fight to win.
Well, you kind of need to pre-fire it, otherwise it's
exactly.
kind of impossible.
It's either you go for it,
yeah.
Maybe you get lucky, or you just give away your position, and then the round's over anyway.
Nice eco for Kings. Lots of deagle headshots, as we like them to see. And now it's Red Instinct's turn, actually, to show us what they can do with their deagles. K-Top is so fast towards shorts. Do they even expect him, actually? I think he's been hurt now.
They must have heard him for sure. What a shot, though. That was a nice fellow. On the Risk's head, not good for a second one, though. Crump, say it. Indeed, makes it work. But in the meantime, Red Instinct, they have taken control over the A-bomb site set. Slowly but surely. Oh, wow.
What is going on?
What can you do? What can you do indeed? Marisinho should find the first one quite easily. Still takes about half.
So let's see if
half
he
of
can
his
do
life in
better.
damage.
He did spot one. There's the Molotov coming in, but the smoke actually distinguished it. We gets another one, but
good taps.
Crumpsy fast on the trigger. Beautiful, those shots. That's like one of the most satisfying thing in CSGO. Like hitting one deeks is like
yeah,
love it.
And these guys do it as consistent as they hit shots with an AK or an M4, apparently.
Yeah. 2 AWPs, other than that, just pistols right now for Kings, and once again the Deagles prevail. Said with a beautiful first frag, and Marisinho follows it up.
Finally, Yas with a single frag for the terrorist side. Now only his teammate Alex, last man standing, and he will be taken down as well. Not really much he could do right there.
Oh, that's a nasty little gap there, and what a flick actually there.
I do believe the second smoke actually bloomed just about half a second after that shot found its target. But Red Instinct still making it a very competitive map here on Dust 2. Trying to keep up with Kings. Crumset finding a second one with that AWP. Certainly paying off quite nicely right now. As X-Real gets ready to flash his teammate out into middle,
Did they just
maybe.
pass each other indoors? Yeah, they did.
They actually did.
Oh
How
my
in the
God.
world?
Zed finally realizes, gets the kill.
My God.
And now has a lot of control of middle as well, but obviously they now do know where he actually is.
Yeah, pressure is on Alex. He needs to hit that second shot as well. He knows one is closing in on him. Question is, can he actually find him in time? After all, he is losing teammates.
Oh, beautifully played by X-Real there, and Alex once
The
again
timing.
gets a very nice deagle headshot. Now just Zed left. The bomb is planted.
Good smoke, Dino said a lot of information. X-Real swings out, not really ready for set, but makes it work in the end after.
So that's it. First half already done. We see a very close game actually, and some beautiful deagle shots. I guess that's how we can summarize that first half, right?
Yeah, a lot of deagle frags. Yeah. Absolutely massive from both teams. Definitely making it work. Yeah, both ways really, and still Red Instinct absolutely okay. First half. Certainly, it was King's map pick, but they do seem to be equally as comfortable on this tour here.
Definitely, King's up one round, and doesn't really mean anything. That's to kind of an equal map when it comes to sides. Maybe a bit CT favorite, but it also comes down a lot of times to how the teams actually like to play the map and how they approach it. So we'll see. We do have one smoke and one flash on the side of Kings. And once again, X-Real just peeking a little bit. Gets the headshot through the smoke on Maricinha towards short. And yeah, he's moving to A, but Kings decides otherwise.
Okay, top. You like that fight from behind the box with the USP. And by the way, I know it is the one player already dead on the King side, but Maricinha sitting quite cozy at a KD of 21 and 8 right now.
Pretty insane. He's so strong, and on the other hand, Risk gets the score back. 3 versus 3. Alex now gets another one, and just feels like they're falling left and right now. 2v3. Alex still on 1 HP.
Oh yeah, Crumpset needs to be ready. One player already passed him. He's sitting on the side, not ready for Styles.
It is just Yals left. Doesn't find the kill, and Alex actually with 1 HP takes down 2 players. Beautiful by him.
Yeah, the last one obviously is his frag of his life. Enemy player not even considering him to be there.
Important one. That pistol rounds probably puts Kings up by 3 rounds if they manage to convert the actual anti-eco round, and it looks good as Maricinha gets the first frag as Set gets 2 on A long, and with that really there shouldn't be anything going wrong anymore.
Certainly not. Maybe Crumpsey is good for a deagle click, but not gonna happen this time around. Styles will style on him as you do, and K-Top last man standing, P250 in hand. Needs to cross middle, which he most likely won't do successfully. Indeed, Styles indeed. In the end will find him. Those were some very nice entry frags here from Set. Obviously good supporting flash from LM coming in as well. Always like to see that.
So there we go, 10-7, Red Instinct. Still a Farmas, an MP, and X-Real. Is X-Real even here? I think he just... There we go. Last second buy, so to speak. As Kings already took control of A long, but Yas. On the other hand, a lot of control for him on A short.
Tourist certainly. Oh, that's good flash. Unfortunately, not at all going to pay off. Another team frag coming in though. We've had a couple of them already today. As the T's now finally do make their push onto the A bomb side, start with another frag. Alex instantly traded as well, and that's going to be the bomb plant secured. And with that, pretty much certainly the round as well, as Kings move up quite nifty onto 11.
Yeah, K-Top needs to go absolutely massive on this one if he wants to win it.
Nah, no chance.
Especially with that MP.
There should be no way in hell he makes that clutch.
1v2. Does find an AK. Does find a player as well. And he has a kit as well as a smoke, so... Yeah, never mind.
Nice try.
I was about to start with the clutch. I was expecting him to get Reese, but unlucky there. Styles wasn't really blinded, and with that they were just able to move up short and in the end net their 11th round.
Marisinho still on that scout. And he makes it work yet again. Frag onto K-Top through the double doors. Reese follows it up with one on his own. Underhand flash for himself. Well, okay, at least he's going to pay for that. Yas will pick up his AK and most likely make a run for it.
Yeah, and this is really where it starts to get very, very hard. If you, at some point, just let Kings start to bag around after rounds, they gain that confidence. And we saw it, a very fast take on middle and A long, and with just Yas left, there's really nothing Red Instinct can do at the moment. Maybe time to take a break.
Little timeout?
Yeah.
Probably wouldn't be the silliest of ideas.
Nolan has been taken though, as Kings continue their road, and Marisinho is still on that scout.
Well, there is a certain chance that they count on the economy of Red Instinct being too low for a full buy, and we do indeed see quite a few rifles, but not much utility to go with it. A couple of flashes, one single Molotov, one single smoke. Needs to be a straight up execute. X-Real should be aware of that. Make sure not to peek too early, waits for a flashbang from his teammates, most likely. Well, never mind, not needed. Finds the first one just like that. K-Top's ready for one as well. And in the end, K-Top running out of bullets.
Yeah, it is a 2v2, and Styles still has control of A-Long, so the bomb might be planted for him. There we go. Does take out Crumpsy, and now it's just Yas left. He was towards short, I think. Never mind, he's short to death, actually, as Marisinho finds the frag. And yeah, Kings taking round after round right now on the T side, not losing a single one. So far, it's working out brilliantly, and Red Instinct, they do need to, at some point, change something in their playstyle, as you can't just let Kings take rounds that comfortably, but doesn't look like it's actually working out. Styles and Set getting 2 entry frags.
Yeah, this is so disheartening. Very nice shot by Crumpset onto Set there. Takes him out of the sky. K-Top with one as well. Can make it to not good for 3 though. And Marisinho fighting like a lion. Brings it back once again for Kings. As Yas is very well aware of one of the players with the FAMAS can't get the damage delivered through that thick double door in middle. And Styles, obviously by now ready for him. Will eliminate him with a quick shot to the head.
That was a beautiful headshot there.
That was pretty sick. Also K-Top, almost a triple.
Yeah, but then Marisinho happened.
Yeah, indeed. It's a rough one to deal with. Might still break through that illustrious 30 frag gap. Sitting on 26 as we commence with the action into round 22. Good tags from Sed onto Crumpset.
And this will be the last eco definitely for Red Instinct, as he has. Gets a nice deagle headshot once again. That man's a beast with that weapon. Push, K-Top missing his first shot, and that's enough for Set to open up the B-bomb side.
Crumpset already under a lot of pressure. Oh, good frag yet again, yes.
Ooh.
When is it going to stop? The Deagles prevail yet again. And said, sure, he already dealt with 2 CTs. Can he make it 5? That's what he needs to do if he wants any chance of winning the round. After all, as soon as he goes for that plant, they will know exactly where he is.
Oh my god.
Good awareness, finding the second one coming from tunnel. Quick peek into his flank. Now, where is X-Real hiding? Seth feels confident, wants to go for the ace. And of course, you hate to be in X-Real's position. Sitting on 20 HP, no... Well, I was about to say no armor, but he does actually have armor. The head armor is not gonna play much of a role.
He gets the ace. Wow, Seth. What a play.
Bloody hell, going into a 1v3. Already found his first 2 frags, makes it 5 at the end. And honest to God, I can't really think of a lot of worse ways to concede.
Oh my word.
The 15th round.
And while the next round actually started already, Counts is already dead. B-bomb side under heavy attack already again. Risk takes the kill against X-Real. 4 versus 3, and it looks like Kings will be closing it out very soon if they continue like that. 3 versus 2. K-Top trying to push in with the op. Is that a good idea though?
He needs to find that player on B. That is the Dawn is taken care of, and Alex actually finds Styles completely outmoves him, and that is Bomb securely under control of the CTs. Question is, Seth, can he pull it off again? Certainly goes for the long con. Moves through CT, most likely towards mid. After all, he needs to end up on short at some point. Tries to make his fights as favorable as he can. And should he hit the timing, he could even approach them from short without them noticing.
Still has a nade and a molotov. It doesn't matter though, K-Top gets the kill, and with it actually the first round for Red Instinct on the CT side.
That is true. My goodness, I actually didn't register that up until now. It was just so non-stop action. Finally, round number 8, yeah. And still such a long way to go. And obviously Kings, they are going to be playing as if they had no worries whatsoever. Quick jump behind blue box from Alex, swings back out, finds 2 frags in an instant. And already Red Instinct again under a lot of pressure.
Yeah, there are around 3 people now towards the A-bomb side, but look at Reese. He's still holding middle doors, and he might find K-Top if he decides to actually push.
His teammates, they need to put on some pressure here towards long for K-Top to even begin thinking about flanking. But Alex indeed has already made his way all the way up to ramp. But yes, ready with the AWP. That's an easy frag for him. And finally now, Kings have been pulled off. That's a frag. A tag and the frag from Risk. Well, not the frag, but the tag. But yeah, still dangerous here with the AWP. Oh, unlucky timing. Just misses Styles. Don't think he registered. Crumpston out. His position is known.
Will he be able to do the clutch? No, he's not. Risk wins the round, and with that we go out with a 2-0 actually for Kings, and quite a confident 2-0.
A very casual almost 2-0. You pick Inferno against us, no problem, we'll win it. And on those two, in all honesty, sure, Rins made it a competitive first half. They had
second half though.
Sorry.
Second half though.
Yeah, the second half not so much, not terribly successful. One single round was it?
Yeah.
I think close to a couple of others, but never really was Kings challenged in any way, shape or form, and they will, take it with an astounding success here against Red Instinct early on in the season.
Yeah,
still early days.
So yeah, as you
But,
said, early on in the season, still a couple of match days to go until they might meet again at some later stage of this tournament, obviously. And yeah, let's have a look at the standings later on once we actually do have all the results. We saw Sparks Esports going up against Flying Hirsch, losing 2-0. Now Red Instinct lost 2-0 as well. In terms of the table, I think it won't change that much. Also because My Insanity didn't play today, as far as
that's
I'm
right.
aware of. So
No, I don't think they did.
So yeah, Rins or Kings actually pretty confident, probably already qualified for at least the the quarterfinal.
For sure, yeah.
Obviously going for that semi-final spot.
Absolutely, and honestly, it must be such a confidence boost as well. Rins still is one of the big names you're up again in this competition, and cleaning house with them in this fashion. I mean, the confidence on the Kings team must be through the roof. They must have it that good feeling like they've already got it in the bag.
Yeah, I agree. On the other hand, saw some players performing not quite like I used to see them. For example, K-Top. I think he was quite low on kills. Last season he really put up a show and did net a lot of kills, a lot of frags, and just overall a good performance from him. So we'll see how this goes out for Red Instinct during the next few matches.
We certainly will.
I actually expected some kind of a draw between those teams.
You did?
Always a draw in the group stage when they face each other.
That is true. It is quite often, yeah.
Yeah.
But then again, I guess the writing was on the wall after the first map. It would have been Inferno, where Rins could have pulled a sneaky on them. But I guess going up 10-5 on the T side of Inferno just gives you enough of a buffer, really, to push across the line in the end.
Yeah, to finish it off, really, yeah. Maybe also Red Instinct just hit their strategies for other maps and banned them out purposely.
Well, I would like to think that is an option, but in all honesty, I don't think we're just at that stage yet.
All right, so no 9,000 IQ play.
I wouldn't expect it.
So.
No.
All right, that's kind of a bummer. So yeah, we just got information that we won't have any interviews today with the players. So sorry about that one. Would have loved to hear really any of the players, but on the other hand, I kind of can understand it for the Red Instinct side after losing 2-0 to your rivals.
Sure. Yes. Sort of. But still, I mean, it's not like they got stomped completely. Sure, the second half of the second
felt
map.
like it though after
towards the end, yes, and I do agree. There is a big emotional factor, of course, as well, especially how they lost round number 15. Was it? I think it was. Yeah,
the one where Seth clutched.
Exactly. In a 3v1 against one single player, you know where he is. That was surely brilliantly played by Seth. Absolutely no doubt about it. He's a total beast. But still, it's just that is gutting. You just want to hit console quit and be done with it. And well, they didn't really have to wait much longer.
Yeah, especially whenever when we're playing, whenever you're in this situation, as soon as the first player falls, everyone's like, play it together, play it defensively.
I mean, I'm sure somebody on the server said that at some point.
Probably. And then you just have two 1v1s. Obviously, X3 was kind of unlucky as well, and there to not hit the shots a little bit earlier. But it is what it is.
That is true, but still, I mean, you can dissect a situation like that every which way you would like, right? You can argue, okay, sure, the player from Tunnel, he was absolutely and 100% convinced he had the perfect opportunity for the trade frag. Unfortunately, said super aware instantly turned to him, basically already shooting. So, yeah, by then it's all over in an instant, really, and you find yourself in a 1v1. And as we all know, then it is pretty much everyone's game. So it's just about movement and aiming the right way at the right moment, right?
Yeah.
So, and this time it went Zed's way, and obviously that cemented pretty much the victory for Kings. But in the end, once again, sorry, I have to give a little shout out to Marisinho. I mean, this guy's
insane.
This guy's just,
he's so
and
good.
he's doing it so nonchalantly, right? From time to time, you just have a look at the score and you realize, oh my goodness, this guy's sitting almost on 30 frags, and it's not always only highlight plays.
No,
it's just incredibly solid, consistent performance.
So with that said, with Kairos buying the new Marisinho shirt from Kings, let's have a look at the standings. I take one as well.
Yeah.
Honestly, Kings, if you have Marisinho shirts, ship them over. And here we are with the standings after the third match day. We have Kings on rank 1 with 15 points. Red Instinct taking over rank 2. And then we go on with Jersey Boys and Flying Hirsch. So I guess Flying Hirsch did at least take one map away there in their second match, and then we
against Jersey Boys, was it?
Probably. They're still
oh,
working
okay.
on it.
Thank you, production. That is very lovely.
Then we have My Insanity, Fragbox, Sparks, and last but not least, Prifu. Let's take a note here. My Insanity has only played one match so far, so
that is true. But at least, wait. Okay, no, yeah, they do have one win, so 6 points, that's all fine and good, but that would explain the round difference of 15 and still sitting behind Flying Hirsch, of course.
All right, so with that being said, I guess we're coming close to an end once again. Thanks everyone for tuning in, for supporting us, and as always, go on social media, go on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook, and like at ESL Swiss. Also give us shoutouts and report to us to anything you'd like to see in the future, any feedback. We kind of look tired right now, I just realized in stream. So let's close it out. Once again, also a big thank you to the production working tirelessly behind the scenes to bring you all the best esports content. We're back next week with Clash Royale, CSGO, and League of Legends, so stay tuned and have a nice evening. Stay safe. Also, goodbye from Kairos, as I'm kind of finishing off my monologue, and see you next week. Bye-bye, guys.
Have a good one.
Das gute Gefühl, wenn du bereit bist. Schon bereit, immer noch bereit. Bereit. Bereit aufzustehen. Der Mut zusammenzunehmen und
fest zu glauben.
weil heute ist dein Tag.
Mein erster Schultag.
Bereit, sich zu beweisen.
Ich kann das.
Bereit für den nächsten Schritt. Für neue Projekte und Möglichkeiten von der vernetzten Welt.
Darum reden wir mit unseren Kunden nicht einfach über Technik, sondern sagen ihnen, was sie davon haben.
Darum sind wir da oben.
Auch in einem Bergdörfli?
Mitten drinnen und auch da unten. Damit die Schweiz bereit ist. Damit Sie bereit sind. Bereit fürs Leben.
love it, you wear it. What's your style? Get your merch at shop.eslgaming.com.
La sensation d'être prêt. Déjà prêt, toujours prêt. Prêt? Prêt à se lever, à prendre son courage à deux mains et...
Croire dur comme fer.
Aujourd'hui, c'est ton jour.
Mon premier jour d'école.
Prêt à relever le défi.
Ça, j'arrive.
Prêt pour la prochaine étape. Pour de nouveaux projets et pour les possibilités d'un monde connecté.
C'est pour ça qu'avec nos clients, on ne parle pas que de technique. On leur dit aussi ce qu'elle leur apporte.
Parce que nous sommes là-haut,
Jusqu'au village les plus reculés,
à tous les niveaux et tout en bas, pour que la Suisse soit prête. Pour que vous soyez prêts. Prêts pour la vie.
Came from the darkest regions, wrapped in a cloak of light. Minus of focus heights, I'm trying to get my opus right. Throw my doubts aside, I climb the mountainside. And when I reach the peak, the view I see will not be flat. Feel the pressure, but it's relative to the man I measured. No time for hesitation, finally time to step up. And when you're feeling deep in your bones and it's on you're fed up, you're close to the glass ceiling, keep your head up. See your dreams as a goal, that's how I'm seeing mine. Achieve my full potential, let all of the demons pre my shine.
You ready? Huh? Hey, easy boy, huh? You ready? Huh?
Start your esports career now at play.eslgaming.com.
Never look down, never fade out. Never fade out. I know it's alright. It's alright. Heavens are the limit now. Let's fight this one more night. One more night. Yeah. And I just wanna be someone and never fall behind again. Just keep on moving on. Never look down, never fade out.